Fore play episode by Barstool Sports. We are in Florida, and we are joined. I don't think you've been on the podcast before, right? Just videos we've done together.
Yeah.
We got Harry Higgs, who's on the show. We got a lot to talk about. Obviously, Tiger Woods video came out, so I know people were begging us to do emergency podcasts, all kinds of crazy shit. What is your? Do you have group chats that go nuts when Tiger Woods posts a video like that, like we do?
I guess so. Not. I would say, 150 to 200 people Instagram messaged me the video of him.
Really?
People on Twitter, and then I had a couple buddies text it to me. But yeah, man, I'm a Tiger nut just like the rest of them.
I get a lot of Instagram DMs as well with that video, and it's like people are like, "Did you see this yet?" And it's like 12 hours later. It's like,
yeah, bro.
I definitely saw it. I watched it like
definitely
50 times.
Yes.
I got one of my buddies back home, Mike, really nice guy. He's like a 12 to 16 hour later guy where he'll just send us a clip on the group, and I'm like, A, it's like our job where as plugged in as you can be most of the time, and B, it's like, dude, if you're not within the first 30 minutes or so, like you're not informing anyone or something.
Unless
like
you're in some dark web crazy shit. I've seen it if you've seen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
mainstream media, I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I don't know how we could prove this, but I think I was the first person to quote tweet the Tiger video because I have. I think I was.
That's outrageous.
No. All right, I have his alerts on when he tweets. I know it, and it shows up on my phone.
I have two people in the world that I have alerts on for.
I have only Tiger Woods. Who's your other one?
Dave Portnoy.
You have those on?
Yeah, it sucks. Sometimes he goes on these Twitter tirades, you know.
That's
He'll just tweet nonstop.
That's tough.
And so my phone's like that. But I just, I need to know what he's talking about, I feel like.
I get it, but that would stress me out.
It's probably a smart business idea.
But you're right. It is stressful because everyone I think's about me.
That's right. That's why it would stress me out. But I think I'm the first person to quote the Tiger Woods video because as soon as I got that alert, I just pressed it, my Twitter opened, and I quote tweeted it, and that was it. It was 10 seconds after it went out.
Wow.
No, you were 150,000 people late.
Harry,
but
first thoughts when you
close.
saw the video.
Looked a little light on his right leg.
Okay.
Looked like we were not there. Looked like he was hitting about an 8-iron, and it went about 130, 40 yards.
Not that bad.
Technical, like what? Look pure, baby. Like,
So pure.
I mean, I would love to get it into some of those spots. Now, granted, maybe at the speed that he swung it would be easier. But it looks like this is happening. I couldn't believe what I saw. I saw him hit a golf ball again for the first time in probably over a year.
Yeah.
And it was like,
It's actually only been 9 months.
yeah, it was
Since,
like,
right,
oh my
since
God.
the
He
This
crash?
wasn't playing before that. Like, so
True.
It's really almost since the thing with Charlie.
The
yeah,
father-son.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been about
Charlie,
a
the
year.
father-son
That's true,
deal.
which is
Yeah,
crazy.
a little less than
Yeah.
a year. And just was like, holy shit, he is going to. I just figured the man would just be like, yeah, I'll try, but never really try and just ride off in the sunset and make sure that he can walk and like live a normal life. But
Right.
he obviously, we've seen it before. He's done this, not exactly this, but something similar before. He's just wired a little different. He wants to come back and play and compete, which I love.
Well, he writes the playbook. Everyone tries to compare Tiger Woods like, oh, a 45-year-old man, 47-year-old man, 50-year-old man, wherever he's going to end up being when he ends up eventually winning, which he will. Shout out to Riggs. He called that a year ago. I mean, I think
I
everyone
called it the day of the I
Yes.
tweeted that out the day of the accident.
But you can't compare his trajectory, his life to anyone else. He gets to write the book. So, like, he will be the first person to get into a car accident driving off a cliff to then win a tournament. Like, you can't compare that to anything else.
And I cannot stand when people do that. And that's been our argument forever is like, well, he had X amount of back surgeries. Well, he had now the car accident. I'm like, but none of those other people that you could compare what happened to them with or Tiger fucking Woods.
Right.
Tiger Woods.
The
Yeah,
only
he doesn't
comeback you
count.
can compare it to is his last one.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
it went pretty well.
Is this going to be better than the last one? And I guarantee you he's sitting there thinking like, yeah, I'm going to go get 2 more majors.
And
Right.
think about
He's insane.
the guy doesn't, and people that have actually played with him, actually known him, that what they say is that he is a golf dork. He's obsessed with golf. That's what he loves, right? And he's got $1 billion. He's got all the money in the world. He clearly loves his kids and family, and we've seen all of that with him and Charlie and all those clips, and it was awesome. But outside of that, like when they're at school and stuff, for X amount, like what do you think he's doing all day? Like he's thinking about golf.
Yeah.
Like he wants to play golf. And when he sees Phil Mickelson win a major at 50,
God, did you see Phil's tweet too?
yeah,
Yeah.
so
I
good.
guarantee you Tiger has that printed out so he sees it every day.
So good.
Every day.
And I'll never forget one of Tiger's keywords in his tweet after Phil won was that it was inspirational.
Yeah.
And I was like, if Tiger fucking Woods sees something that's inspirational, that means I'm coming.
Yeah.
And this is the first confirmation that he's coming. Who do you think took the video?
Rob, his
That's what I was
right-hand
thinking.
guy.
Robbie Mack. Yeah.
You're a close circle guy there.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it's
Oh,
like if he's like throws his phone
I
to
bet they
Charlie and he's like,
cleared
oh
the
yeah, take this
range.
video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they cleared the
Yeah,
whole
they-
state.
Charlie's an underrated aspect of this because he's clearly extremely skilled and wanting to play at some competitive level. So that's just going to further, get Tiger out to a golf course, get Tiger wanting to be able to play with his son. I mean, what a shame it would have been if he was robbed of that. Thank God he's not.
Right.
I think Charlie and him playing and wanting to be a part of the game is, literally Charlie is benefiting me. Because if Tiger plays,
Right.
I benefit, and if Charlie can get Tiger to play,
You're in a
we're
winner's
good.
winner.
You're like, Charlie, you gotta love
Yeah,
golf,
baby.
dude.
And I love you saying, because like we all watched the video and we're just like, oh my God, so good that he's like standing on a fairway,
Yeah.
hitting a golf, even if like,
I don't care
it
where that
wasn't-
ball went. Yeah,
right.
it doesn't matter.
But you say like, oh, that club looks like it's getting in good spots,
Oh,
the
yeah.
swing, and that's something we're not picking it up at all. But to hear you say that, like, yeah, a little right on his right leg,
Yeah.
just doesn't have maybe that power or whatever. But to hear that it's still like that swing is still
So
there
good,
and that path is still there, if he can build just rhythm and a little bit of
Yeah, now he's probably just trying to get strong enough to then return to like the speeds that he or close to the
exciting thing ever.
speeds.
And so I'm in the car. I'm driving an hour and 15 minutes to the airport. We're flying here yesterday, and I've got my phone and I see the thing, and I'm like, oh my God! I start maniacally laughing. I'm like, oh my, it's a fucking video from Tiger. So I quote tweet it. We're going nuts on Twitter, and
I
then
was first.
my buddy, you probably were based on 10 seconds.
150th.
I was
I'm
driving.
going
It's
to work.
dangerous. It's
150,000.
dangerous.
Yeah.
I almost
One of
pulled
the
over,
world.
but I
That's
didn't.
pretty
I
great.
thought that'd be ridiculous. I didn't want to miss my flight. But me and my buddy Eric, and then we started talking about every aspect of it clearly. And we were like, if he is at the point where he has decided, because of how clearly careful he is with everything that goes out, if he's decided, like, I'm ready to tweet this video out of my swing, like, he is sending a message. Like, that's a certain stage and checkpoint that he got to. That is incredibly exciting. Like, he's not just throwing that out there if he's like, oh, yeah, we'll see what happens.
I don't know. You never know with Tiger. Like if you go back at his social media history, it's like, what are we doing here? But he doesn't need it. He's Tiger Woods. He doesn't need to be good at social media. It doesn't matter.
No.
Doesn't matter. But
like-
it did seem. I agree. It did seem like, oh shit, he's coming.
You have a very interesting perspective on this because you're on the tour and you said you're very excited that you love to see it. So like what
He's
goes
coming for your ass.
right? Like what goes
know?
through your mind when you see
Bring it,
something
baby.
like that?
I mean, yeah.
All right.
Like I mean, I've had success in my now 2.5, almost 3 years. That like I take pride and pleasure in beating the best in the world.
Yeah.
Like I want that opportunity.
I got a question though. Sunday, Augusta, you got a one-stroke lead. Tiger is tied with you at that one-stroke lead. Now, if he wasn't there, you'd win.
How's the time with you if he has one stroke lead?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying if Tiger wasn't there, he'd have a one-stroke lead on the field. Tiger is there. You're dead even with him on the 18th tee. Do you still wish he returned to golf?
No. I'd love to slap it over there just in the right rough and then hit it short of the green. And but like no, what a cool opportunity it would be. I mean, if you give me the carrot that I'm gonna actually have a one-stroke lead on the tee, then now I'm taking a one-stroke lead.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, that's why I play golf, Tiger Woods. Why I wanted to play professional golf, Tiger Woods. Like, and you're gonna let me, try to birdie the last at Augusta to beat him? I mean.
Yeah, because you were growing up and probably becoming obsessed with golf when he was Tiger Woods. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was appointment viewing every Sunday. I mean, he won every Sunday, but you would just sit and just watch. It was just like, what? I mean, I'm nowhere near this man's level. And this shit should not be that easy. Like, at least some of these guys he's beaten are really good. And most of them, now experiencing it, it's like, all of them are really good.
Yeah.
And he just made everybody look like they were second-rate citizens. Like, they had no chance.
Do you feel like watching the golf that you watched back then and growing up versus now? Like a lot of people talk about how the fields are just deeper. There's so many guys that are at the top of the game, and that could go on a tear at any time. Like, do you feel like it's tougher now to do what Tiger Woods did?
Yeah, I mean, and we've seen it in brief spurts, but no one has been willing yet to go full, like, I don't care about anything else other than like winning golf tournaments every week, week in and week out.
Right.
And you get some of the guys. I mean, Rory probably has. I would say Rory still has the ability. Definitely had the ability, and did it in spurts. But like he's not that Tiger's not normal, but I mean he would celebrate his victories and he would take weeks off and he would, show up to probably some events not ready to go, and it was just okay, whatever. Like Tiger didn't celebrate. Tiger didn't. He took some weeks. I mean, the guy hardly ever played actually on tour, but he won all the times he played.
Yeah, there's a famous story of him telling Elin, like right after they got married and they won, where she was like, we're gonna throw this party after we won the Masters, and he was like, no, like we expect to win here. Like, we're on to the next one.
That's like my dad telling me I expected you to graduate high school. He expects to win.
Right.
I literally was like, Dad, are we not throwing a party? He's like, no, this was expected of you. Like Tiger reacted to
You're like, I
the
don't
Masters the same
I checked
way.
that diploma like 4 times. Psyched it was in there.
Yeah,
Dad, some of those classes out
that was 4 years, Dad. Like that was hard.
I did a great job, actually. Owen's Mixers, ladies and gentlemen. We're obviously here. We're having a great time, great interview, great chat, long one. So you guys are in for a really good show. It's a Thanksgiving special, but enjoy yourselves on Thanksgiving, which is a Thursday with Owen's Mixers.
Absolutely.
It's really, I would call it a no-brainer. I would say it makes your life easier and better. Having cocktails is awesome. Having new cocktails that you can make, that you can show off at parties that are going to be delicious is awesome.
Also, I think Wednesday is the biggest drinking day of the year. I think the day before Thanksgiving is like traditionally the biggest drinking day of the year. So get your friends over, enjoy it all, get some good mixers, and just have a hoot.
That is a big day.
It's a big day for multiple reasons. Number one, you want to have some drinks with your pals. Number two, you run into the old flings from high school.
Oof.
You go back to your hometown. You travel in wherever you guys now live.
It is an old fling day.
Yeah, you show up to your local your
Watering hole?
watering hole, your old bar, your old stomping grounds.
old haunts.
Everyone from the town that now has moved out is back home with their parents. The stories. It's basically a mini reunion every single year. It's one of my favorite days to see people that I haven't seen in a long time, because reunions for my generation aren't the same that they were, and probably for you guys too. They weren't the same that they were for my parents, right? Like I already know what everyone's doing because of
social
Instagram,
media,
Facebook, and Twitter and all that stuff. But it's nice to see faces. You're like, that kid's doing that.
Does
now?
Rob
And
smile on a day like that?
Rob smiles on a day like that.
He does.
Rob had a fucking hell of a day yesterday coming back from Delaware with a couple guys from a golf trip. Their muffler fell in the middle of the fucking highway. The car stopped moving. They got the tow guy ended up, something happened, and they had to drop him off at a train. So Rob's down deep. He needs a good Wednesday with some Owens.
He needs Owen's Mixers. That's really what Rob needs.
Owens Mixers.
OwensMixers.com. You check out the store locator and go figure out where they got it. Go pick it up. And then there's all kinds of spots. Now we're getting into CVS's and Publix and all kinds of places. So go check it out. Owen's Mixers is the best. Enjoy it all weekend long and enjoy the holiday. Yeah, I've always just kind of wondered that. And then, you're going to play in your first Masters, I believe.
Yeah, baby.
Coming up this spring. You earned that with your 4th place finish at PGA.
Yep.
Which was that your first major?
First major.
So your first major, you get a top 5. Why? Is that you were just clicking? Is that
not really. I think I'd missed 3 or 4 cuts in a row before that, and then
so you weren't clicking?
No, I mean, but I was progressing, right? Like, there's a difference between just playing poor golf, missing a handful of cuts, and then missing some cuts, but knowing that you are getting a little bit better,
right.
And that, like, gosh, if I could just make one of these weekends, literally just give me 2 more days. Yes, I'll go out and hope to shoot a good score, make more money, but just give me 2 more days to get better and like be able to see what this is like on the golf course. So I didn't have that. And then I just had like a weird comfort level. And also I probably should look into this and try to find a way to do this more so every week. But like, I was just more focused, more intense with it being a major. I hadn't played one. I didn't know what to expect, but it's not easy, but it was almost easier that like, there's so much going on and there's so much on the line that you just worry about the shot that's in front of you. You move the golf ball where it's supposed to go. And for 3 or 4 weeks before that, I was struggling to hit certain shots, and I'm worried about my swing or starting my cuts left, or being able to flight it down, whatever it might have been. And that Kiowa, I wasn't really worried about that. It's just like, all right, I got to go out and shoot good scores, and it was just made a little easier being at a major, which is really weird. I need to maybe do a deep dive into that and see why that is, and hopefully pull from that into normal events.
Do you have like a team that you debrief and do those deep dives with?
My brother is my caddy,
Yeah.
and then my coach Corey Lundberg, and that's it. I mean, this is all. I pay both of them. They're the only ones that I'll listen to. I hardly listen to either one of them anyway.
The brotherly thing, is it ever,
we
brothers
had a
button
brief clash actually last week. The first one that I had to light into him a little bit.
Okay.
And I mean, I wasn't right. He wasn't right. I wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. But I felt that I just needed to let one rip.
Sounds like a good brotherly argument.
Oh
Yeah.
Was this on the course or?
Oh yeah, on the golf
So
course.
what happened?
So the 10th hole. Sorry, Al, but Al and I have already cleared the air. The 10th hole at Sea Island. Yeah. It's howling into off the left. It's like a 340-yard par 4. I just turned in 3 under, and I was 3 under total. And you pretty much knew the cut was going to be 4. So I got 9 holes to play, 1 under par or better, and get myself a weekend tee time just to. Actually, really, I wasn't really trying to get any better. I just wanted to play for 2 more days and cash a check and leave.
That's understandable.
Yeah, I mean, you were tired, and we talked through it, and I was like, I want to hit driver here. This flag, the last couple of years, they put it on the right-hand side, so you can hit it up there and miss it just right, but then you don't have an angle. Well, this year, they put it like front left, and there's water all down the left of the hole. It's like, I'm just going to bomb driver. I mean, if anything, the wind's going to take – I'm going to start it down the water. The wind's going to bring it back anyways, blowing like 30. And if anything, it leaks out to the right. It's in the rough. Even those trees over there, whatever. I can chip it to the front of the green, make par go next hole. So I hit to Al's credit, I hit a horrible golf shot. Started way further right, started blowing on the wind, and it just flies into these trees, and it bounces, and then there's kind of what looks like the edge of the properties out there. It's like, God, I no way I hit it out of bounds, off the property there. But whatever, I'll hit a provisional. So I hit a provisional into the fairway, and we're walking up, and he's behind me, my brother, and I can hear him, and I look over to the right of this cart path, and I'm just like, there's like this little tiny shin-high rope on the right side of the cart path, the outside of the cart path. And then I hear him rustling the pin sheet, which has the rules on the back of it, behind me. And I'm like, holy shit, that's out of bounds.
Oh, wow.
Like, I could walk over there. I probably would have made par from the spot I was in 4 or 5 times out of 10. So it's no guarantee. Yeah. Well, worst I'm going to make is bogey from over there. Like, I'm going to walk over there, be able to hit this golf ball, but I cannot play it. And I threw my driver onto the ground at my provisional, and he was still behind me. I walked up. I had about 50 yards. I walked up to the green to get ready to hit my next one. And as I was walking back, I lit into him. I was like, "How the fuck was I not told that was out of bounds? This is the boundary instead of." And to his defense, he's right in saying that. Look, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Tell you that there's out of bounds right here?
Right,
like,
that's not what you want to hear.
But like I've constantly said, I want to know everything. I can be told there's out of bounds right and still not hit it out of bounds right. It's not like that's a fucking magnet over there because you told me it's out of bounds. Like, if you told me that was the boundary, I thought I was just going to go over there and chip it out.
Right.
If you told me that was the boundary, I'd probably rethink this because I've missed every shot high and right. But then we didn't talk for the remainder of my tournament and season for 8 holes. I was pissed off, and it's not his fault. It's both of our faults. We both could do a better job. And then if I just hit a better golf shot, this isn't a thing.
Have happened.
So like, it is my fault. Like I've got to be the one that dies on the sword. I'm the one that hits it. I'm the one that chose driver. He did at one point mention hybrid. And I was like, well, why would I hit a hybrid? I can just blow it over there right. And then at that point, he's like, well, do you know what I thought he should have said at that point? Was like, do you know that's out of bounds right at the car path? Like, oh, okay, I'll hit a hybrid. All right. But even if I didn't, maybe I would have hit driver, and I probably would have hit a better shot. Yeah. I don't know. So
you always listen to your brother, though, when he's like, yeah, hybrid here. And you're like, dude, I'm not.
Sometimes.
You do?
So we just shit on Al. Got to give him some credit too.
Al.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Sorry, Al. Great guy.
We love you, Al.
I mean, he's a world-class caddy. I called him in the entire back nine at Kiowa, I started having, I think I missed all but one green on the back nine. Didn't make a bogey, but I had like every hole I had 5 or 6 feet for par. And I was just making them. And then the last 4 holes, every one of them was straight or straight-ish. And I hate straight putts. I'd rather it break. I'm always like, my mind is trying to find slope or curve. So I kept calling him in. He was right on 15. He was right on 16. He was right on 17. And on 18, I call him in. I've got like 6, 7 feet for par. And I know all of it. I know that if I make this putt, it's not a guarantee that I finish fourth or better, gets into Augusta. But I'm like finishing no worse than 5th. Like, it's going to be really close. And I know if I make it, I'm finishing 7th or 8th with no chance to get back up to 4th based on unless everybody hits it into the ocean behind me. And I go, out. This looks like this breaks, like left center. This is going to fall just a little bit right, especially based on I had like 50 feet going by. And it lipped out on the right side, and it did just kind of fall that way. And he goes, no, this putt is actually going to fall left. This is inside right. There's some wind. There's a little bit of a slope that I clearly didn't see. So at that moment, it's like, oh, shit. Yeah. Like, do I go with me, who's done this for a long time? I mean, my brother's played professional golf and college golf too. Like, he knows what he's doing, and has turned into a world-class caddy. Or it's like, it's 3 for 3. Do I give it this? And I went with Al, and if I can start that thing right center, and it broke hard and caught left lip and fell in. And it was just like, okay, we can go to Augusta now, bud. Wow. So yeah, there's give and take moments, and us being brothers, I think makes that we're 2 years into this now. I think it makes the learning curve about how we are going to like interact with each other out on the golf course a little bit more difficult for us. We're still obviously great friends. Like, we stay together quite a lot. And then also me being the older brother and him being the younger brother. Like, I have to constantly tell him, like, bro, you're here for a reason. Like, I want to hear what you have to say. Yeah. Because he has worked his ass off to become, I do not think there's a better caddy in the game. There are caddies that do the exact same thing that he does, right? Like, there's a level of caddying you can get to, and then it just falls to your player to play good golf. But you've helped them get to that level where they can play good golf based on your preparations and how you get them ready to play golf courses. And he's done all that, but at times we've suffered, and it's very brief, but at times we've suffered just on the, like, just how do we interact with each other? Like, it has to be enough that I say to him, I want to hear what you have to say. But I also understand that I give off the vibe that it's like, shut the fuck up. Don't say anything to me.
That brother relationship is just like developed from like the womb. Like, the first day out, you're just, what are we doing here? We got both mics coming up.
Got 2 mics.
It's been a circus today, so I'm just trying to make.
Well, I feel like I'm trying to pick off who's talking, who's not. So then, like, I'll try to grab it, whatever. But I know with my brother, like, we would get, as kids, we would fight to like one of us is almost dead.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking of like your relationship on the course, how that develops. And as a younger brother, like, I know when my big brother's like pissed, and it's like, I'm not even going to walk in that direction.
Yeah.
And we both know now, we're both big bodies, just like, we're just going to separate.
Yeah.
But that could be really interesting if you or your brother, if he genuinely believes he should speak up in a moment when you guys are both kind of at odds with each other, right? Yeah. That could almost be like, does your brotherly, how close you guys are,
hurt that situation?
Hurt it a little bit almost, because he's like,
totally.
That's something that we will have to juggle, right? Like,
and your point, it's like, I want you here. You're here for a reason.
Yeah.
That's tough, especially when you're just like this. You know what I mean? Like, God forbid that putt actually broke the way that you thought it was going to break at Kiowa.
True.
I don't know how you leave that green as like brothers. At that, like, then you're so. It's fine. What did we finish 8th?
We're just gonna not play the fucking Masters. That's great.
We're in Kiowa. It's beautiful.
That's a good point.
Right.
But like,
it did.
And I guess.
But then those wins together, I feel like the lows would be lower, but the highs would be even higher.
The highs, I was still waiting on our first win. The highs, that we celebrated that Kiowa finish, obviously, and then getting into Augusta appropriately.
Yeah. Not Tiger-esque, a little different.
And then like the lows, sure. We were both irritated. He he doesn't like when I play poorly any more or less than I do. Like he's there for a reason. He wants me to achieve my goals and dreams. The lows just don't last that long. I mean, we needed like 8 holes and a little bit of a breather. Just like, hey man, I've told you this is like, I need to know these things, and I need to know these things. But it is like in his defense, that's something that you have in a very quick moment, because I was teeing off first the whole thing, like, and I was vibing. We were feeling good. I was hitting some decent shots. Like he has to decide in like 3 seconds what to say to me.
Yeah.
So I mean that's hard as shit.
Right.
And yeah, and I'm clearly sold on driver. I'm like, no, I'm starting this thing out over that water.
People are googling
hit it
the
right
10th
up in the
hole
front
right now, just on their computers.
Oh
like,
yeah.
How far was
10th
this driver
hole,
throw?
Seaside, or no, not Seaside, Plantation at Sea Island. I didn't throw it far. I walked up to my provisional. I still had my driver in my hand. And I was walking up to my provisional, and I was about 20 yards from it, and I was steaming that my golf ball that I could just walk over there and play is out of bounds. And I took a couple steps to the right. I was walking dead in line to my provisional, about 20 yards away. A couple steps to the right, and I was like, yeah, I bet if I throw my driver now, it won't ricochet in any possible way and hit that ball. So I just chucked it into the ground like 20 yards in front of me.
So you mentioned about at Kiowa, you knew a lot about what was going on leaderboard-wise, where you were at. We talk a ton about who considers, because we as viewers a lot of times, like, the difference between a putt can be $200, $300, $400, $500,000. Sure. Do you think about that stuff?
Not necessarily. I mean, yeah, not the specifics of like, gosh, this putt's probably like a $300,000 putt. But I know where I'm at on a leaderboard almost every time, and it's so easy to project too. Like, yeah, I mean, Thursday rolls around, and if 2 under's the cut, it usually just doubles. So it's going to be 4. Like, there's no secret. I mean, when you're winning a golf tournament, okay, I don't look at leaderboards. You're probably going to look anyway. But like, you just have this innate feel that, okay, I bet I got like a 2-3 shot lead. And then same thing goes, like, you're making a push maybe late on a Sunday, and you're in 11th, and you see that, a shot ahead of you is 5th. You're like, okay, but, maybe you're one of the first few guys to finish. You're like, if I make a birdie in the next 3 holes, I'll get up to 5th. I'll probably finish like 7th or 8th instead of 11th. And then if I don't make a birdie, I'll get to, 13th or 14th, whatever it may be. So you have an idea. Kiowa, I was full knowledge of everything. Like, and it was not money. It was, I know that a top 4 in a major gets me into the Masters.
That's cool.
I want to finish top 4 in a major. But I've done it before too, where you finish and it's like, we'll look at I chunk hooked one into the water at Pebble my first year, and I think birdie took me
on 18.
Yeah, great drive into off the right, up under the tree, like past and under the tree, and we're standing there waiting. It's Sunday. It's slow as shit. Everybody plays slow that week. Two pros and 2 AMs in the group in front of us. We're just sitting there waiting. And I was trying to just like thin cut it into the front right bunker, give myself a chance to get it up and down. Pretty easy bunker shot. While we're waiting. I never really thought that my ball, I'm literally swinging under this tree's canopy, and obviously the sun and the tree blocks the shade. The turf under there is just not very good. Like, I just hit a great drive in this. Right, my last thought was like, this turf kind of sucks. And I hit a horrible shot, and I chunk hooked it into the Pacific. And I made 6, and then I pulled up the leaderboard, and it was like, I think I literally was in 11th. I said the 11th and the 5th thing, because I think it was the difference between 11th. A birdie takes me up to like 6th. So you're probably not going to stay in 6th.
Yeah.
But you're going to, 7th or 8th, somewhere in there. And then I fell to like 21st, but I actually went back up as the 18 was playing ridiculously hard that day as well. So I probably should have just made a fucking par. But I went from 21st to 17th. But I finish and I am fuming. Drive back to the hotel I'm staying in, and I think we're going to maybe Phoenix the next day. So I'm just like, what do I do? And
I your brother real quick.
This was pre brother actually. But I chunked it in the water. Chunk hooked it in the water. Like, this wasn't anybody's fault.
That's on you.
Yeah. And
in the turf.
it wasn't, again, Al, sorry, it wasn't your fault that I hit it out of bounds. But and
That
I
one's
just
not done. That one is not done. That's too fresh.
yeah.
That just,
Well, it's fresh, and then I just like threw it out there.
You're now
Like,
publicly
sorry, Al.
apologizing
Yeah.
for it a couple of times.
Well, it's maybe a little too early to throw it out there, and I threw it out there.
It'd be fun. Like, if you had an
Yeah.
event this week, there'd be a lot of fans out there like, "What the fuck, Al?"
Yeah. No, but okay. Chunk hook it in the water. The best part of the story, I look and it's, the difference between 7th, I'm in 21st. I'm like, holy shit, I just cost myself $200,000. Well, I walked up to this market to grab a sandwich for dinner that I'd had all week. And there were 2 girls selling Girl Scout cookies out front. So I walk in and get my sandwich and I'm like, yeah. Gave them $100. I took 2 boxes of the Reese's looking one. I don't know, whatever they call it.
a humble brag. You gave
The
him a nice
best one.
tip.
Tag along?
No, I said it was a humble brag. You gave him a nice.
Yeah. I gave them $100 and
you
didn't
go.
ask for change. I
Huge.
am not humbly bragging.
Good man. Good man.
Samoas? You talking Samoas?
No. The Reese's one. I think it's a tag along, isn't it?
Tag along sounds real familiar, and I think
Yeah.
it's a tag along.
Tag
Yep.
along. Jake
Yeah.
Bass says it's tag along.
And I opened those up and ate them, and had kind of forgotten that I
Life was good.
just pissed away $200,000 into the Pacific.
You guys
never
are
do it
you
that
guys are way too similar. Lurch and Harry Higgs. Oh my god, he ate something and forgot all about all his worries. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys
That's
are
great.
just
Well,
two
they
big
still
bodies.
I'm in that boat as well.
They're just fucking.
Yeah.
You guys just are so. You guys are brothers. It's insane.
I know.
The
I mean,
thing with
before you
the-
guys were talking, and I looked. I went to Brennan. I'm like, these guys are fucking twins, man.
Couple big bodies.
It's incredible.
See a tag along, all your worries go out the
it's
window. It's so good.
tag along plus in about 30 minutes later, after watching everybody that was finishing behind me fuck up 18, they texted me and told me I still made $110,000. So I was like,
Oh,
oh,
no
we're
problem.
good, man. I can go back and buy more Girl Scout cookies. Yeah.
I mean,
So it's weird. Like, the long-winded answer is everybody, even if they tell you they're not, everybody's aware. And everybody checks, and you try. I mean, we finish 18, we finish on Sunday, and at our scoring deal where we sign our scorecard, they just have a sheet, multiple sheets that, hey, if you finish first, you make this much.
Really?
If you finish second, you make
never
this
knew
much.
that.
If you finish in a 2-way tie for second, you make that much. A 3-way tie for second, a 4-way tie for second, all the way down. It's just
look
like
at
this
your
huge
scorecard and then-
column.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I've played with guys. I have yet to do it. I do not think I ever will. Don't never say never though.
Yeah.
But I'll play with guys to be like, hey, whoever the official is, inputting the scores, what position am I in? And somebody will say like, oh, you're 5 ways at 15th. So, okay, I'm going to make that much money.
Wow.
I mean, you cannot hide from it.
Right.
You cannot.
Right.
And now with Tiger swinging again, we're going to make even more.
Isn't that nice? So we have our own channel now. Barstool Sports does our own channel. It's on a little thing called Sling TV. If you're cutting cords out there, which you should be, we're all cord cutters. But you don't want to be wasting money on channels, massive packages. You get all kinds of crap that you don't want, don't need. Sling TV. You get your first month for just $10, starting at just $10. You go to sling.com/barstool. Sign up now. Get your first month starting at just $10. It's usually, I believe, $35 a month. It's the cheapest, most affordable way to get Golf Channel all year long. And then Sling's got all kinds of channels that you're going to want, like Red Zone, ESPN, MTV, and much more, all together for much less. You can watch a lot of our content, past episodes of the podcast, Scrambles, Breaking 100 series, exclusive new Barstool content for free on the Sling app and using Sling TV. So again, do
I
yourself
think when
a
I had
favor.
cable, I was paying $170 a month.
Cable's crazy.
We're paying over $200. I think,
It's
since we live
insane.
together.
When they get you an early rate, and then it just continues to climb.
It goes
and
up
then
and
they're
up and
locked
up.
in, and you're like, oh, that's too much money. And you call them, and they're just like, no, we'll just throw in a couple like more channels for you. You're like, dude, those aren't even the ones that I want.
Right.
I'm not watching those.
Arm and a leg.
Terrible.
Sling.com/barstool. Sign up now. Get your first month starting at $10.
That's a good deal.
$10.
That's good.
Sling.com/barstool. I'm curious about if you think maybe any chance in Kiowa, you playing so well in a big event, had anything to do with the fans. Because for me, that was the first real event where fans were like back, like the crowds were crazy. And you even coming up the last few years, probably like a lot of your earlier starts of the tour, like there weren't even fans out there.
Not a whole lot.
So I wonder if that what factor that might.
Yeah,
have
I
played
think
in.
so. When COVID happened and then we decided, when we're going to play again, I was like, man, this probably is going to be an advantage for me. I played in front of some folks, had a couple chances to win, played a couple, late weekend tee times. So I'd done it a little bit, but I was like, I can just get focused on what I need to do. There's not going to be, quite honestly, a lot of people yelling just stupid shit at me while I'm trying to do my job. I feel like this is going to be a little easier on me and younger guys that haven't maybe quite experienced, the Tiger and Phil, effect and how all that goes. And I think it lasted about 9 holes in the first event back. I was like, this fucking sucks. Like, there's no energy. This feels like a practice round, yet we're keeping score. And I wasn't really at my best at the time, so it's hard to say, but I really felt like I struggled because there was just no juice. Like, you had to bring your own energy. And it's hard to do that when you grind and work to get ready Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to perform on Thursday to Sunday. Like, I need to do a better job of maybe resting and saving some energy. But even when I'm tired, when I finish on Wednesday, like I show up Thursday, there's people there. It's like, okay, I like energy. I like hitting good shots in front of a bunch of people.
Right.
It was great. And then you're playing late on the weekend on a major was sweet. I mean, there's still not a whole lot of people that watch me play golf.
Which is a shame because you're like a people's golfer type guy.
Yeah.
That's gonna
every
change.
now and again. And there are times where, like, if I'm not thrilled with how I'm performing, like, I'm not going to react to anything you say. I mean, people say some really dumb shit.
What's the dumbest shit they said?
I mean, the buttons thing. Somebody asked me the other day, and I think this might have had something to do with you guys. Maybe not. I don't know. No. But somebody asked me.
I already got my eyes
like,
on the exit.
I just made double on 18, and I'm walking off, and some guy just asked me, like, does pineapple belong on pizza? I don't know if that. I don't think that really has anything to do with you guys. But like
that's a dumbass thing to say.
I don't.
No, I don't either.
It does not belong on pizza.
Your guys' first disagreement.
Yeah. We'll get
back. Trent, what do you like to say? Keep mint in the bathroom.
Keep mint in the bathroom. Yeah.
Keep pineapples on trees. Pineapple tree. Keep pineapples on trees.
I don't think they grow on trees, bro. No, they come out of the ground.
Are we sure?
Don't they come out of the ground?
No.
They grow on trees?
Pineapples?
Yeah.
Isn't there like a
pineapple plant?
Where do pineapples fucking grow?
But I would say
Hawaii.
even trees come out of the ground. So it's like if it's a pineapple tree, it came. I'll tell you what, they don't come out of the sky.
Do they come out of the ground or do they come off a tree?
They
do not come off a tree.
Bro.
All right. One.
I said
nothing.
a pineapple
Hold
tree.
on. I was thinking
Harry
like
won.
I was thinking like a carrot, like they're in the ground though.
Yeah, it's similar to a carrot.
But that's not in the ground.
But it comes off.
But
It's like
comes
a
out.
little
I didn't
carrot.
say it was in the ground. I said it came out of the ground.
Okay. All right.
But it's certainly not a tree.
1-0.
I just made fun of someone
not
for
a tree.
saying
But
pineapple
carrots.
on pizza, and then I
That's
said
like
something.
in the
that's
dirt.
in the
That's what
dirt.
I was
Hold
thinking. What you were talking about when you said
Yeah,
in the ground.
it's similar enough.
In the ground, though.
Is that
you
right?
think-
Carrots come straight out of the ground
Carrots
themselves.
are-
They don't
carrots
fall
are
off of
roots.
another plant.
Carrots are roots.
Oh wow, okay.
Great for your eyes.
So a pineapple's a root?
no,
I should try
that's where
No, I think pineapples are put into the ground and then taken out of said ground.
it's a plant. Not
Do you
a
like
tree.
pineapples in general?
Yeah, I like pineapples. I do not like them on pizza.
How long does it take Jake
Like
Bass is asking
5 years?
to grow?
Come on, dude. Come on.
2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pineapples
one
are
pineapple?
insane.
Oh my god!
You guys ever been to Hawaii?
What if you get like a
Yeah,
bad?
one time.
Yeah, go do the whole like pineapple deal. I haven't done it either, but I've heard people that do it.
Do you play
They like
Sony?
tour. Yeah, I like Sony. I like that golf
Can't be
course.
possible.
Do you do like
The
a 2-week
turnover
trip
rate
out
on
there
these
when you go
things are
play? Or you
Nah,
just go for the
probably
event.
horrendous.
Because then you just go
You
West
get
Coast
rid of
swing,
your
right? It's
crop
not a
of
big deal.
pineapples, and then you got to wait 2 to 3 years after
They're
that.
just having
That's a
whole
problem.
separate conversation.
We got 2 conversations going on in one
That's all right.
podcast.
We're still on the pineapple.
Okay, well, pineapples don't belong on pizza.
we're
And
past
don't
that.
ask me about it after I made double on 18. Just don't do that.
Fair point.
Don't do that.
Not our guys.
And-
It's funny
and
that's
one-
the thing
the
that caught
one
your
that I-
attention, though. You're pissed, like, and he's just that could have been to anybody.
Are you kidding me? The one thing that I hate, I absolutely hate, I tee off on a par 4. It's 480 yards. I hit my tee shot, and some dipshit yells, "Get in the hole."
Yep.
Bro, I do not hit it 480 yards. It will not go in the hole. Yell it all you want if I'm, 100 yards away. That's totally fine.
Because you too wanted to go in the hole but
Yeah.
from 480.
Need a couple sprinkler
480.
heads from 480.
Nah.
I got to tell you, the next time you step up to a par 4, I think I know what you're going to hear. you're
Oh,
gonna
I'm
get it.
sure.
No,
I'm sure.
they like him.
No, they do.
You'll get it
for
a little
sure.
bit.
Yeah.
For
They
sure.
might
Yeah.
they might try to make it sarcastic, but
But
they
I
won't
do
come out
think-
that way.
In every corner.
I would imagine though, and I think like Kiz has told us this, is just that it's not that you hate it, it's that it gets when you hear the same shit for 4.5, 5 hours in a row, no matter what human you are, it's gonna drive you a little bit insane or annoyed.
I mean, could you imagine if maybe not you guys, but I just spent 5 hours in your office just every 15 minutes just yelling something at you?
No, but it happens to us on a very smaller scale, right? Like we'll be at the Islander game or something, and a lot of people will recognize me for being an Islander fan. They'll come up to me and be like, "Frankie, where's Dave at?"
Yeah.
or something,
It's
or
like, bro, I don't know.
or where's the pizza? And I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm at the
in the
Islander game."
concourse.
But you say right, you say it to like you're super nice to
He's under
all
my
the people, and
seat
then
waiting for me.
one guy maybe pisses you off, and you're like, I don't fucking know, dude. And then that guy tweets out, "Frankie, bro, it's a fucking asshole at an Islander game."
Yeah.
Like,
Of course.
after 5 hours of it, I can imagine it being like, dude, that ball's never going in the
know,
hole.
the
Like,
line
you
never
want to just
gonna-
turn around and be like,
Never.
"Are you an idiot?" You know,
Yeah,
but you
never.
can't because then
I have yet, and I'm sure I will at some point. I will
Oh, yeah,
probably
you will.
do it
Yeah.
I can see it.
very cordially.
Yeah.
I've played with a golfer or two that have turned around and not been very nice.
Sabatini.
No Saba.
Got
But
DQ'd
this was
last week, by the way.
yeah. I think he had those little stickers on that they
The
use
reflective
for
stickers for
for
the-
the launch monitor
Yeah.
deal. I don't get how that's possible, but that's beyond the point.
How it's possible to have those on still, or
Yeah,
to
you
get
just take them off.
Right.
Just take them off. Yeah. Just
Seems
take 'em off.
sensible. You just
Once
take
you stop hitting that club, just take them off. Like there's two of you there too. There's a player and a caddy.
Right.
Just take it
You
off.
warmed up with them. Like you got to know
Just
that
take
it's
it
on
off.
there. Yeah, I
But-
agree with that.
Al would never let that happen
Al would never let that happen.
under no circumstance.
But the Harry Higgs launching into a fan is coming at some point. You think?
There's no telling. I've done.
get, like physically angry. You're gonna like dismantle someone mentally because
Right,
like, I
bring
can
him in
see
real
you being-
close and just whisper
like that
in their ear.
410
Yeah,
yard
like-
thing. You'd be like, did you really think I was gonna? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's
Like,
not. It's
just really make him
not
feel like an
gonna go
idiot.
in. Like,
It's just not.
like that's just not funny, and it's not original.
no.
Like I'm going on, almost 3 years of this whole unbutton thing, the sunglasses, the whole thing. Like, can't you guys come up with something new?
yeah.
So, but that is your image, right? Like,
Yeah,
But
and
that's just
that-
because who you
and
are. Or
that's
did you
part-
lean into that?
I don't think I've not leaned into it. I haven't
Okay.
made it in a like. This is how I wear my shirts. I like to wear sunglasses when I
But it's
I
smart
wear
to lean into
sunglasses
it.
when it's not sunny out.
Right.
Because I like the way that it looks. It especially with greens. I think I might have a little bit of trouble with blues and greens.
Okay.
And but that's besides the point. But like
We
I
can get
played
into
with
that if you want.
Nah, I'm all right. I played with Phil in at the BMW. Last event of both of our years, neither one of us went on to the Tour Championship. First 2 days, and it's just calves this, calves that, calves this, calves that. It's like, I mean, we were talking with Tim, who's also his brother / caddy, and he's just like shaking his head like, Tim, this shit get old, and he's like, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be that bad if they could just come up with something new,
Right.
Like, be if you're gonna come at me and yell something that I may view as stupid, try to make it original.
What's the term for when like an actor typecasted, right?
Yeah,
Or so
typecast.
like Kevin from The Office,
Yeah.
right? Brian Baumgartner comes on our show all the time, and like so some people take it.
Fellow SMU guy, by the way.
There you go.
Played with him in the.
He's a good golfer.
He's pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I played golf with him.
He's gonna hate
I
that.
played with him
Okay.
in the BMW Pro-Am on the Corn Ferry Tour. I mean, he's not bad. I wouldn't.
What's your scale for
I
bad? 'Cause,
wouldn't
like,
tell
somebody-
him he's a good.
anybody
Would you
golfer.
say
could
he's
that about
surprisingly good?
No,
Wow.
no. I hadn't played with him in 3 years now, though. So
But
Maybe
what
he's better.
would you
Maybe
say
he's
about
gotten
just
better.
a common 10 handicap? Pretty bad.
yeah,
Okay, so like,
That's fair.
yeah, it's all
yeah.
relative.
My scale is,
Right.
is
Oh,
vastly
right.
different.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a disclaimer.
Right,
Yeah, we
exactly.
need that in there.
Like if
my scale
10
is different.
stink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finish fourth with PG.
My point being, if people scream out to him, Kevin's dropping the chili, like he
Yeah.
happens to love that because that's who he is. That's the only way we know of him. But you are an athlete that goes out and performs every single day, so I can
Yeah.
see it being.
It's
like,
just it gets
yeah,
old.
It does get
Yeah.
old for sure because
Like,
you're
I'm
always
not-
out there in front of him.
And look, I'm very fortunate that people have taken a notice to me without me being someone other than myself.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
awesome.
playing a character.
right.
That is rare. That is like gold. But I also deep down, like, this shit is difficult. I have worked tirelessly traveled all over the place, played in some shitty places to get to this point.
What's the shittiest place?
Honduras.
Okay.
I have played
Just everything about it there.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
really
course, the
hot.
hotels, everything.
Yeah.
Not good.
There's more to that
Hotel and
story.
food. Yeah, that one could
Since
come
Honduras
up.
that fast, and there's not a lot to that
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
No, he pictured like a night out. You know what I mean? Like
Honduras.
Oh, we've got some
Poor Honduras, man. They
Right. He
got-
just looked around one night in Honduras and was like, this
the
place is
resort,
hell.
the resort was actually awesome.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't imagine it's still there. And the golf course was fine too. It was just very, very hot. I was having some digestive issues.
which is
Shout
good
out
now
Dude
that you have
Wipes.
Dude Wipes.
Shout out Dude Wipes.
What a plug in here.
Could've-
You are the newest
Yeah,
Dude Wipes
I'm pretty
athlete.
good.
I
Yeah.
don't know if people have seen our commercial we filmed yet, but this is an announcement.
You
that
probably haven't yet. The commercial will be pretty awesome.
You're a Dude Wipes athlete.
I think it went well.
Yeah.
Long story short, you could have used some Dude Wipes in Honduras.
Yes, because I played the weekend there with 2 rolls of toilet paper in my golf bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've shit on the course.
Tell me you
before.
took a
Oh,
shit
yeah.
during the tournament, like in the woods.
No, so there was a porta potty, which
Okay.
I probably should have just done in the woods. But there was a porta potty between the 12th and 13th hole. And on
Your memory is
Saturday,
insane.
on 9, we were gonna have an issue, but 9 was nowhere near the clubhouse. So it's like, bro, you got to keep going. And I had just missed 4, 5, 6, 7 are all the jungle holes. Like it's literally just fairway and then just jungles. So you, in theory, if it was that dire, I could have
Soil
just done
the
it on a
earth.
jungle hole. But now I'm like out and just like, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's like normal golf holes. There's, one hole goes this way, one hole's that. Like I can't. But
drop
somehow
those.
I don't
Can't
still
just
to this
shit in the
day
woods.
have no idea how I made it to that porta john. But I made it. I grabbed the roll of toilet paper out of my bag, took care of my business, needed a dude wipe. Honduras was we could go into Honduras at many different levels. There were people found like tarantulas in their rooms.
It was not a spider podcast. We don't like spiders.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not a big spider guy. I'm not a big snake guy.
I will say, when you have that bug thing in your room, though, like when you don't feel like it's clean or there's just,
Yeah.
it is so hard to get comfortable and fall
so
asleep.
hard.
Oh my God. The whole place, just get rid of it because you can't physically get comfortable in your bed.
Burn it
And then
down.
something touches you. All the lights are going on. And it was like, what the hell was that? It
Yeah.
was just like the wind blew a sheet.
Yes,
and you're
yeah.
like, this is a nightmare, though.
Well, no, it was not in my room. Fortunately,
Somebody had transfer on them.
2 different hotel rooms had different tarantulas in them.
Spiders, one thing, dude.
So, like, at that
Tarantula,
point, I'm-
that's like
It's a mega spider.
it's almost a mythical
good. I'm
evil creature.
I'm good. Like I can't go anywhere. Like
Dude, spiders, they're so big they got like hair on them. Like,
the week started on Wednesday. They threw a party and they hosted boxing matches,
Oh.
which was
Like-
sick. But like
Yeah.
a couple of them were like 12-year-olds. Like it was just kind of like
yeah, it starts to
weird.
get
and-
messy.
But it was sick. We were all sitting there drinking, gambling on it. Like,
oh
it was
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
And the week ended with some stomach issues. And then my roommate and I at the time did bathtub laundry, which was very popular out there. You can't, we're out on the road for 3 or 4 weeks. We can't pack enough clothes. We don't own enough clothes at this point, playing the PGA Tour Latin America. So we fill up the bathtub with water.
Wow.
And we throw soap in the bathtub. And then we just throw our clothes in the bathtub. And we wish it around. We swish it around, swish it around, swish it around. We drain the bathtub. We take our clothes. We hang our clothes up, fold them to dry. Grave mistake.
Oh,
What
no.
you're supposed to do is put water without soap back in the bathtub and then rinse your clothes off. So
You forgot to rinse.
we were walking around with soapy underwears and shirts. And,
Playing in the hot. Oh my
it was
God.
beyond 102.
Nasty.
So there was
Well, that's how you get a shirt to breathe. You know what I mean? When they, that's,
I mean-
just add soap to it, another
It
layer in
was-
102 degree heat.
That's how you
should
get-
be
so
healthy.
brutal.
That's
And
how
the
you get-
both-
what's the worst
the
place to
two
play?
of us, the 2 of us could not figure out what was going on. Like we were both having some chafing issues.
Oh,
Totally,
Yeah.
dude.
And it was dire. We couldn't figure it out. And then sure enough, we stayed together for a few years. He got married like 2 weeks after. He invited me. We were just finishing up the spring schedule. He got married late spring, early summer. And he had gone home to his fiance, now wife, and she was like, "Oh, you guys didn't put You guys didn't.
You guys are that
rinse,
dumb? Oh, you guys are
didn't
that
rinse
dumb.
the
Dude, I don't think I
bathtub
would think of
laundry?
that either.
First thing, I
Well,
never
then
met
the
this
way.
girl. They invite me to their wedding. Never met her.
You were the
Great
other
people,
idiot.
great friends. Like I know no one there. He just invited me. I went, oh, sure, great, go. She comes up to me. It's like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. She goes, oh, hey, Harry, how's your jungle dick?
What a gal.
Yeah, awesome.
Just love
So,
you right from that
Honduras.
moment. Yeah, exactly.
The whole thing.
Also,
Honduras.
if that's gonna bring the bugs over too. If you just got so
Thank God we didn't we didn't do any tarantulas. We
no,
didn't
but
have
like
any.
just
but
like
probably one more night
fly,
we'd been crawling
yeah.
in them.
Oh,
We'd been
God,
crawling in
that's
them.
miserable.
But it was a very nice hotel.
Yeah, you said the resort's great.
Saving grace.
Resort's great.
Yeah, exactly.
I doubt
Go
it's
to
still
Honduras.
there, but it's great.
Raving review from Harry Higgs.
So now you're playing on the PGA Tour, which
Sure.
is a lot nicer than
Yeah.
that. Are we going to talk about the little practice round match with Phil, Joel,
Okay.
Heath Mitchell? So obviously, like we all saw the social media stuff, but how else? Like what else went into you becoming a part of that? So I'm looking at this ad copy right now. This is incredibly relevant.
Tell me we got another huge link.
If you see an alligator on the course, the goal isn't to be the fastest, but to not be the slowest. Trifecta Nutrition keeps you lean so you can outrun your foursome if needed, which today would have been needed.
We saw an alligator today.
Yeah, a little teaser right here.
About 10 to 12 feet long. Is that what we?
Dude, I'm excited to look at the footage. This thing was a big alligator.
Luckily, we got to see it from a drone.
Yeah, I'm not saying 10 to 12. I'd say 8 to 10 though.
Okay.
I'd say 10.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
10
Absolute
feels like a
dinosaur.
good number.
Yeah.
It
Anyway,
was huge.
if this thing comes after you, okay, you better be lean and in great shape. And Trifecta Nutrition is going to help you do that. You can spend, well, if you're not familiar with Trifecta, we all been using Trifecta on the road a lot. It's tough with meals. You don't want to be cooking to doing meal prep, and it's just a disaster. Their food is incredibly fresh. They call it farm to fork supply chain. It's never frozen. They got organic produce. There's no wasted time cooking or cleaning. You just heat and get healthy. They got chefs that come in and make really, really, really good meals that are also healthy for you. So do yourself a favor. Go and shop meal plans. Get 40% off with code Fore at trifectanutrition.com. That is trifectanutrition.com. Shop meal plans. You get 40% off. It's a great deal with code Fore, F-O-R-E, again at trifectanutrition.com.
Joel had Phil's number. Obviously, I didn't have Phil's phone number, and put us all in a group text, and we're like, hey, we're going to go at X time on Tuesday. And it's like, okay, I'll be there. I mean, it's just kind of like you would arrange a Tuesday afternoon round at your home club.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, man, I think Phil had to do something in the morning, so we teed off at like 11, and we just went out and played 18 holes. He's an interesting guy. He is always going to be the center of attention, even when, and he didn't play great. Joel played great. Joel pretty much beat us by himself.
He made 1 million birdies, didn't he?
I think he made 8 and no bogeys.
God.
Phil did what Phil normally does, kind of all over the place, and then made a very timely eagle and then birdied the next hole on 6. I think it was 6 and 7. And that, like, I think we were 1 or 2 up at the time, and it just stalled our momentum. And then Joel started doing Joel, like making everything and hitting everything close. And Keith and I played good too. The quality of golf was actually pretty high in the match, which is really rare on a Tuesday. Like, we all suck on Tuesdays usually. But it was a ton of fun. I mean, it was so just like normal. It's like I'm playing with a now 6-time major winner, Hall of Famer. It's like, this is pretty cool. You know, this is a lot of fun, but like, I'd just rather beat this guy.
Right. I just want to win.
Yeah, get some of Phil's cash.
He brings it with the cash, though, right? The action. Or
Or
is that been fabricated?
Less than you would have thought.
Okay.
I will not say the dollar amount because
Right.
we made a pact to not discuss dollars and cents, but I think people would think we played for way more than we did.
Right. Especially with the hype.
Yeah.
It's been building for like a decade now.
Totally.
A couple decades.
And no matter what, you just got to bring cash just in case, like, no matter what. You got to
yeah.
have that cash. Is that how you guys all roll?
Yeah.
You're not like Venmoing each other?
No.
Okay.
I doubt Phil Mickelson has a Venmo.
Yeah.
Now, Keith and I could Venmo each other.
Right.
And then we could Venmo Joel too.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody Venmoing Phil.
That's very
Have you
funny.
since gained Phil's number?
I do have Phil Mickelson's number, yes.
Because there was like a group text, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He didn't give it to me directly, but I got his phone number. It's huge. Yeah.
Did he save your number down? You think he's got?
If I ever have to text Phil Mickelson again, I'd be like, hey Phil, Harry here. Remember me?
Harry here.
We played a lot of golf together at the end of last year. That was Liberty National. Then I scraped my way into the playoffs, and we played the first 2 days at BMW there in Baltimore. He was a treat. He's just interesting, man. Like, I don't know if he's like playing a character or if that's just the way he always is. I think that's just the way he always is. Like, and it's done great for all of us. Like,
Right.
I mean, he's not the same as Tiger, right?
He's a mega star.
I mean, he's made all of us a lot of money, just because he's just like so genuinely happy to play in front of people and like wants to make their experience enjoyable.
Right.
It just the thumbs up all over the place, and like I think he tries shots that he doesn't even know he can pull off just because it's like, these people are gonna really like this. Watch this.
Which is kind of awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I could never imagine myself playing golf like that, but yeah, sure. Like, nah, man, I ain't hooking that 4-iron 40 yards around that tree. Just hit it over there and then hit it on the green. Phil just tries it. He just goes for it. And he's clearly got some insane ability. I mean, I've seen it up close pretty much. I mean, he played pretty good at Baltimore for 2 days that I was with him, and it's impressive how he plays golf and how he shoots scores because he just does and tries wild shit. It's like just hit it. His brother and we get to Fore on Thursday, and Phil. I mean, one thing I was really impressed with this whole bombs thing, right? Like, I work to hit it, swing it faster, hit it further. It's like this guy's like 51 or 2, whatever it is. Like, yeah, come on. He's not going to hit that far. And 1 was not a driver, 2 was. And he was like, oh my God, maybe he does actually hit it far. And we get to 4, and 4 was playing a little downwind, another par 5. And I think I'd bogeyed 2, a par 5, which was, I'm kind of fuming at the time. Nice up and down on 3. So I'm last to tee off on 4. Ryan Palmer's in our group. He hits it down the fairway. Phil says aloud to Tim, his caddy, Tim, do you like stock or nasty here on this tee shot? This comes out of his mouth. And I'm sitting there. Ryan and I are just looking at each other like, are you kidding? Like, no one has ever said this, I think, on a golf course in a professional golf tournament in their lives. But that's just Phil. And Tim, like how Al does, no, Tim's like, stock's good here, Phil. Like, we can get there with a good stock one. Phil's like, okay, yeah. He goes through his routine, swings it, and grunts. Like, this is not stock. Like, this, he audibly grunted as he struck the golf ball. Nasty. That's one of the nasty ones. And look, to Phil's credit, it went 9 miles. He flipped a long iron on the green and made birdie. Like, but I will never, ever forget that. Stock or nasty, Tim was riding on the stock train. Like, bro, stock is plenty good enough, because I saw one of the nasty ones that they go offline. Like,
Tim's seen some nasty ones.
Yeah, Tim's seen some nasty ones.
Turned into
and
some
to
dark
Phil's
nights.
credit, he just like shook his head and agreed, and then grunted and hit it forever.
What are your feelings about him on the Champions Tour and how he just goes there and dominates these old guys
4
that
for
are
6.
just trying to live
crazy,
off their
isn't
life? Trent feels bad for the rest of the.
I think he's bullying him a little bit.
I love it. I think it's
I kinda love it
hilarious,
too.
and I think
I
it's
kinda love it
exactly
too.
what he should be doing.
Yeah, I agree. I love it. I mean, I couldn't tell you last time I watched any Champions Tour golf.
No,
so it's
but
great.
Yeah,
But it's also great for like what that tour. It doesn't always do that great. I mean, if you can get Phil and maybe get Tiger in a handful of years.
when
We
Phil's
talked about
winning
the
these
money,
things,
though.
the
The
money's
money's
no
there.
brainer
The
for
money's
him.
Yeah,
there.
no.
It's like,
I mean,
I'm doing it. I'm playing.
I read a quote the other day, and he had just literally said, like, I just like to play and compete and win. Like,
Right.
he clearly doesn't need to play to win. What is it?
350 grand, 400 grand, right?
Yeah, which is, again,
But that's a top 5. You know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
talking. This guy is dominating.
Yeah.
These old men, and he's just cashing checks. I love it.
it is kind of sick.
Like, you're letting him in. He's gonna murder.
Yeah,
you.
he's going to play.
It's not his
Yeah.
fault.
And he's still probably, he won a fucking major this year.
Does that surprise you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You've played a lot
Well, yes
with
and
him.
no.
Right.
Yes and no. I mean, it's Phil, so like,
Right.
again, he's not the same level as Tiger, but like nothing should really surprise you with a
You
man.
think he's writing his own history, his own book as well, where it's like he's got that. Oh, no 50-year-old can like I feel like
man.
Phil's at that level where
What he did this year was
right.
That was shocking to me.
because he was
I
not
thought-
very good all year.
That's what I mean.
Before
not comparable.
or after.
I thought he was gone
But, like-
over the horizon.
Yeah, I mean, it did start to see, and he started playing more Champions Tour golf. It kind
Right.
of seemed like, all right, this guy will play some of the, the majors, so he's going to be exempt into 3 of them forever. They'll probably get him into some U.S. Opens. He'll play some bigger events. But, like, Phil's kind of going to fade away, and at the time, everybody probably hadn't even said yet, but had already started thinking, like, yeah, I mean, we kind of all think Phil's going to fade away in a year, 2, 3 from now. He won a fucking major.
Yeah.
Like, it's
And a
insane.
hard golf course.
How do you think
Insanely hard golf
How do you
course.
think you would fare if you lived the life of Phil Mickelson? Obviously, regarding all the money and all the winnings, but being in the shadows of one specific golfer. Have you ever, like, even experienced anything like similar to that, where like one guy you couldn't get over, or
No,
because
I
you guys
haven't.
there's parity in the on the tour now.
Yeah, very true. I don't think we're going to see, I think some of these guys would take even Phil's career.
Right.
45 and 6 majors.
Of course.
Like, I mean, Rory's a freak. Like, he's insanely good. He's got 20 and 4.
Right.
And he's been playing for 8, 10. So in theory, he could go another 8. So he could get about the same thing. But like, that's
I know. It's a
JT
shame to say
and
he's in the
Spieth,
shadows.
like some of these guys. Yeah,
Phil,
I mean,
he's not. It's hard to say that he was in the shadows his whole career, and he was. That's how good Tiger
yeah,
is.
that's how dominant Tiger was.
But like, you're writing off these numbers right now. Like Phil's just fuck. I mean,
Yeah.
he doubles up Rory McIlroy.
His
and
numbers
wins.
are amazing.
And
he
we're
did
sitting
it
here
in the
talking
Tiger
about
era.
shadows. Like,
yeah, and he did it and beat
he should be the
Tiger
best.
sometimes.
He should be
Yeah.
the best of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Ernie was the same way. Like Ernie,
right.
I think Ernie is low 20 or maybe not even 20 and 3. And everybody was like, he was the one
Right.
that probably got hurt the most by Tiger winning all these events. Like
Right.
sometimes Phil wasn't always there. Like Ernie for a long time was there. And it's like, well, you didn't.
It's amazing.
You didn't beat the last guy, so
When you go back, like a lot of these highlights, like we'll watch Tiger's YouTube final round, and it's like Ernie Els is there
all the time.
all the time.
And then Phil got Ernie.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, hitting that shot through the trees and all this shit. Like, what?
Fucking Ernie's gotten the worst out
Guy
of all
can't
this.
catch a break.
No. Good guy.
it's incredible. How do you like when we're talking about all these different names? Like, you're up. Like, how do you stack up your own self? Like, you must believe into like I can be. Maybe not Tiger Phil, but like these other guys that we're talking about that are rotating in the top 5, top 10, that are going on stretches where they're winning. Like, you must internally believe like there's a party that's like I can
Yeah.
do that. I play
Yeah.
with these guys. I play with them every week.
Yeah. I mean, there's certainly times where it's like, gosh, I definitely need to get better. Like, I feel like but for the most part, yeah, you see these guys week in and week out, and they don't do anything. Like, I truly believe I had success on the PGA Tour because I took the attitude that when I first got out there and played with some of these guys, it's like, these guys aren't very good.
Yeah.
Like, and now, disclaimer, they're all really good. But it's like, I mean, they miss greens with wedges. They 3-putt. It's like, I have the same, maybe not the same, but I have close to the same skill level that they do in all areas of the game. I can get better in certain, and as can they, certain different aspects. But yeah, you play with them, you're like, all right, I mean, I'm 105th in the world, whatever it is. And I played with Morikawa Sunday of the second Vegas event, the CJ Cup. And he fucking shot 10 under. So, but I mean, I start the day and it's like we both hit it to 4 or 5 feet on a par 3, the second hole. I'm like, all right, I'm game on, bro. Like, I
can
heard
do
you
this.
hit your irons good.
Right.
I'll do this shit all day with you.
Yeah.
And I didn't continue. And then I tried to make a climb late, and then he birdied 17 and eagled 18. So it was, but like, I mean, okay, cool, man.
Right.
Give me another crack at that guy.
If you are searching for the perfect gift for the golfer in your life, pick up a pair of G4 golf shoes in time for the holidays. We're recording a podcast right now, so I'm not wearing my G4s, but I do like that Trent is.
Trent still got them on.
All right. So I left my regular shoes
hours
in the
since we
car.
went on a golf.
And those are tied tight still. Those haven't taken a breath in a long time.
3 to 4 hours.
I left my regular shoes in the car, and when I went back to the hotel room after we played today, I took a shower and whatever, and I was like, I'm gonna have to wear my golf shoes down here. So that's unfortunate, but they are super comfortable, and you can just walk around in them. They feel totally normal.
I think those shoes are looking at you like, dude, you better untie me pretty soon. This has been wild.
Those shoes, are those the MG4s? Is that
Yeah,
what
these are
they're
MG4s.
They're so comfy.
So the reason he's able to do that is because it feels like a regular sneaker.
It does.
We were in Vegas doing the 4-man scramble a couple months ago. I left my shoes. Oh no, we were also in Bandon. I left my shoes somewhere in Bandon, and I had to wear the MG4s all week long to restaurants, to CVS, it was crazy. I had to wear it everywhere, and to the airport. Never once felt like I was wearing golf shoes. And then you go on the course, perfect grip.
Isn't that incredible for golf shoes too? Like we've all been there with golf shoes where they're a battle. You can't wait to get out of them. You get to like the 5th or 6th hole a lot of times. You're like, oh, I need to change out of my shoes. My feet are miserable. G4 has figured it out. They got the MG4 X2 as well, which is a golf cross trainer. It's made for the golfer who likes versatility. Can be worn on the course, at the gym, even in the office. You can wear them 3 or 4 hours after you finish a round of golf while you're podcasting like Trent did. For the performance obsessed, the G Drive is the perfect choice. It features a quick cable lacing system that allows you to customize your ideal fit, available in 3 unique colorways. So go to g4.com/4. You get 10% off your first order. Order today to get it before the holidays start. Again, g4.com/4. Get 10% off. Gallivanters are awesome. MG4s are awesome. MG4 X2s are awesome. They've got all kinds of good stuff. So g4.com/4.
When you talk about skill level, I've actually brought this up. Like, what level is it all basically the same, and then it all is something supernatural, like with the mental game and just being able to perform on tour? Is it like the best high school players are basically you're hitting the ball at the same distance, right? You're like hitting greens at the same rate, or you're able to do it at least. You have it in your body. Yeah. I feel like would you say like that's the age where you reached like the level of being able to hit the golf ball the way you can now?
Me personally, no. I mean,
Okay.
I was well out of college.
Oh wow.
Where I still felt like, and it wasn't even really, I was skilled, but it's all, and I hate using it all the time, but it's the only thing that matters. It's the consistency of it. Like, can you travel the world? Can you go to Honduras? Can you wake up? Like, can you continue to do that and still wake up and give me, like 80, 90, 100% of that skill level, that ability to just get the ball around, hit the certain shots that are required, pick certain shots that are required, because there's a time we have to decide between both. So it's, I guess the physical attributes, I would have said, no, I would have said I was like at my peak, and it was more because I had just such an understanding of what I normally do wrong and how to fix it, and to continuously work on the same things over and over. Fortunately for me, I just do one thing wrong pretty much all the time, and I will forever do it to some degree. Like, it's basically, I play my best when I sway my hips toward the target less. Pelvic sway, horizontal pelvic sway. If it gets like 8-9 inches out in front of me, I'm gonna have a hard time hitting the ball. If it stays 3 to 4 inches, I'm cool. We're fine.
Wow.
And then, in that, you have to work on that every single day. So it was just kind of a defined plan, and I saw myself get better and better and better, and then I could kind of create and work on the skills at that point. Like, okay, now I know a fault, how to fix it, maybe a few different ways how to fix it. Now I can go in to create. Can I, when it matters most, can I start that ball left and cut it back to the flag? Can I flight one down into the wind when it matters? Can I, which shots off the tee am I going to play, when the gun's really about to go off? Do I believe I'm going to hold this putt? There comes, I mean, I think I'm the best putter in the world. I don't think statistically I am, but I mean, what a stats.
We don't.
Yeah.
Numbers.
We don't choose
Not a
stats.
numbers
What are
podcast.
Bunch of fucking
But like,
nerds.
the only thing I noticed that if I literally just go through my same process, and then right before I hit the putt, just kind of like internally smile, chuckle, and laugh and say that I'm just going to make this.
Right.
Like, yeah, of course I don't make it all the time, but I've found that that's just kind of a cool little cue to give me a better chance at least. Like, and it's kind of stuff like that. And I think that's what the top players in the world have. They have a very clear and defined plan about how to achieve their highest level golf. And they don't let a damn thing get in the way. And then they have the ability to have one of the aspects of it fall off and have another one come on, and it works, and it works. And it's consistent throughout a year. And those guys, like, I mean, you see it a lot. I mean, I like to, the real telltale, and like Rory gets a lot of shit for this for his backdoor top 10s, but like clearly he's not very good for the first 3 days up to Rory's standards. He's in like 35th on Sunday. He finishes 5th.
Right.
Like, for a guy like that too, that, you know, makes all that money and can just go out there real fast and play quick and go home. Like, he goes out there and gets better on that day. And obviously, you know, continues to improve his standing, his world ranking, everything. Like, I have still yet to, and I want to, this is a big goal of mine. I've done it once where I have been outside the cut line on Friday and shot myself back into it. So if I am outside the cut line, the book says I ain't getting back in. And then I have moved up on Sundays, but I have yet to do, I don't know the exact number, but I've yet to do like the 35th, 40th, where you're probably pretty close. You probably just need to execute 1 or 2 shots and get some momentum and then hole a few putts on that Sunday. I've yet to do the 35th to 40th up into the like top 15, top 10, top 5, ideally.
Right.
And I think that's the measure of when you can, like, all right, I've been kind of surviving this whole time. And then it's like, you know what? I'm just going to go out there. Yeah, sure, freedom and everything. But, like, I'm going to solve this. I'm going to execute these shots. I'm going to shoot a score that gets me, you know, a higher finish, more money, more points, whatever it may be. That's a huge goal of mine. So, I mean, when I'm good, I'm good. Like, when I'm up there, I do not mess up. Like, it's because it's also easier when you're up there. So, yeah, I mean,
That's why
I know where this golf ball's going. Sure.
I say that about every guy who has his PGA Tour card. There can't be that much of a difference between getting the ball in the hole. It's got to be all the extra stuff. It has to be, because you watch a guy who finishes in 30th in a golf tournament, and we talk about this all the time. It's like 1 or 2 strokes a day difference. You're talking a missed putt here on Thursday, a missed putt there. Yeah, you're 5 or 6 back. That's over 4 rounds of golf. That's over 64 holes.
72.
72
Bit
holes.
off a little more than you can
72.
chew here, my friend.
I know it's 72 holes too. You know how dumb my brain is?
Well, you should have kept it to 4 rounds.
You were
4
rolling.
rounds is fine.
You were rolling.
Yeah.
I'm hungry as fuck.
You
You
were
were making a
rolling.
great point.
Yeah.
And you just got.
I think my Uber Eats has been sitting down there for
Joe
like 30
Rogan says that
minutes.
your brain works better when you're hungry. He's a fucking liar.
Hey, what does that guy know?
Nothing.
Who's that?
Yeah, right. That's right.
It was a good point though. Like the difference over
There
the course
is
of
no
4 days is crazy.
Actually hitting the ball, like what we were doing today out there on the course, like watching you guys, like being able to hit shots and like driving range type of golf. I can't tell a difference just by watching you guys. It's all the same
The best
shit.
way to do it would be to, if you go to a golf tournament, go and follow a group on Thursday and Friday. Just go and follow them. And you got to follow both days, because you're going to get one guy that probably is close to playing his way into contention. And it's going to look really easy for him, right? Like, he's hitting the ball where it's supposed to go. He's holding some putts. When he misses a green, he hits a very nice pitch and he taps it in and goes to the next hole. Then you're going to get a guy that's like right on the edge. He's going to hit some awful golf shots. He's going to not get some up and down. He might 3-putt once or twice. He might miss a couple 6-footers for birdie. And then usually you get a third guy that's just not swinging, playing that well, and checks out. So he's out. So you get to see the actual difference. And yes, like the next week, checkout guy and around the cut guy and the contention guy, they may all switch, right? Like, you need to you need to almost do it like just follow a group or 2 or 4 or 5 guys for like a month,
Right.
and just watch. Like, I mean, I pride myself on being really, really good at shitty golf.
Yeah.
Like, I will find a way to get it done. Some of the rounds that I shot this year that were under par with as poor as I was striking the golf ball, it's laughable. Like, and I take so much pride in that. And so I never want to lose that ability, because that's something that the great players all have the ability to do.
Yeah.
Totally.
I just need to continue to like raise my level, raise also the consistency of that level so that I don't have to experience it that often.
Right.
If you can do it when it happens, and it's going to happen in a 72-hole event, it's going to happen, 18, 27 holes. Like, to win a golf tournament, you need to have like 12 to 20 holes that you just like turn your brain off, hit it where you're looking, make the putts, and that's that.
Right.
The rest of them, a third of the other holes remaining are going to be shitty. You need to make a lot of really good pars. Then the other ones is just going to be a fight. Like, you're going to be like, do I take this shot on? Do I hit it over there? Okay, I don't like this. I'm not taking it on. All right, I got to take this on. Like, I got to dig deep. Like, I got to execute this somehow. All right, I did it. Now I'm going to go up there and make the putt. Like, you don't play all 72 holes fantastic when you win a golf tournament.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, there isn't a whole lot of difference. I just, the better players, the best players in the world, I think, I mean, they've just found a way to experience the, okay, I got to be good at shitty golf less, right? It comes down, and I hate saying it again, consistency. And they just show up every week. They hit the same shots. They don't care to, I need to draw the ball here at this course. Like, nah, John Rahm fades everything. Like, he doesn't go up. Dustin Johnson fades everything. He ain't like, I need to draw this now. He's either going to just hit it over the trees on the left-hand side and get it to curve back, or he's going to understand that he's going to blow it into the right rough. So he's just going to find a way to make a 4 on that hole and leave, if it's a par 4. Make a par on that hole and leave. Wait till one fits his eye, and then those guys attack the ones that fit their eye. As do I when things are going good, or most of the time, right? Like, it's not, there isn't a secret, but I don't know what the secret to their consistency is. And I'm more than willing to pick pick guys' brains and try to figure out, like, how do you continuously do this? Like,
Yeah, we'll help you out with that.
yeah,
I'll give you-
Morikawa, like, he never plays bad. Like, just play bad. Just play
Just
bad
do it.
once.
So easy to play bad.
Just play bad.
We had a from
Happens
the
all the
gallery. I told this to Brian Baumgartner actually, but someone DM'd us and was like, because he keeps saying consistency, and they were saying, can you be like, they hate that people say I'm a really good golfer, but I'm not consistent.
No, you're not good then.
Right, because
Right.
like consistency is so integral
Essential.
or essential. We went through this.
We went over the word before we did the interview. Yeah.
Essential to the game of golf that you can't possibly be good if you're not consistent. And I've found myself saying that, where I'm like, man, yeah, I definitely can hit the golf ball like a good golfer.
So you're skilled.
So that is the big difference.
Yeah.
Like, I
You
know if
can-
I'm on a range, I'm like, yeah, I can hit. Like today,
Sure.
we were
I saw
on a
it today.
track, man. I
I
hit
agree.
Possess
a
the skill to do it, right.
307-yard drive. That has to be something of a good golfer, but I am not consistent. So
Yeah.
I guess I can't say that I am
not
a good golfer, but I have the skill. Well, yeah. It's not
You have
breaking news.
skills. I saw them today. Like, and impressive.
Right.
I mean, we've played,
Yeah.
I've seen you hit shots.
So I wonder what
it's
that
impressive.
like it is. Like you're saying, you're searching for it, and on such a higher level of being able to do it in pressure situations, and like the Colin Morikawas that never are bad. Like, I wonder what it is to tap in on such an amateur level for us as just regular guys that go out. Like how do you get to that point?
I think
where you
it's
have the
more
skill?
like you've got to pay way more attention.
Right.
Like, you have to. I mean, we are the best in the world, and shoot low scores on hard golf courses for a reason. Like, we are paying attention to what is going on, and that
don't
might
pay
turn
attention to anything.
Well, that
No.
turns people off too. Like, right? Like, I mean, I have times where I just want to drink and swing and hit, and I could care less where the ball goes.
Right.
But like, if I'm trying to get better, or shoot a low score, move up in a tournament, whatever it may be, like, you're paying attention. You understand, first hole is, let's say, you're a lefty. Let's say it bends from right to left. So for you, it's a cut shot, and deep down that you don't love a cut shot. Well, then don't take fucking driver. Like, figure out something else. Don't, pull it into the right trees just because you wanted to take on the hero shot. Like, this is what a pro would do here. Like, no, fuck that. We would not. You hit the ball somewhere near the fairway, hopefully on the fairway, and then you wait until you find a golf shot that you like, right? Like, oh man, great number here. And those are the best because you just turn your brain off, and it's just like hitting it on the driving range, which
Right.
everybody can do.
Right.
But there's going to come times, I mean, you go months on tour without any good numbers, and you have to just be skilled and understand that, okay, now, it's a 9-iron over water. It's between 9-iron or wedge over water, and I'm right in between. You probably just hit the 9, right? Like, there's water short. Just hit the 9.
Right.
It's pretty simple.
Water's bad.
Yeah. Don't hit it in the water. I mean, it
It sounds so stupid, but it's probably.
But if
the
you
amount
do
of times
it,
we're
if
like,
you
oh,
do
I
it-
can nut a wedge here and just zip it
I know
right.
I can get away.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
man. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I press.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. That's fine.
Right.
You might hit it to 2 feet.
Right.
But that shit over and over and over, I'm going to kill that.
And that's a
Right?
consistency right there.
Over and over. And if you continue to play golf as a tour pro would, or even fractionally, you don't have to do it every time, but continue to just keep thinking about, what am I good at? What shots do I like to hit? If you put a gun to my head, what shot would I hit? Like, under pressure.
No, that's a good way to think
this.
of it.
If you do that over and over and over and over, it just becomes habit. And then you don't even I can be shit-faced playing golf,
Right.
and I'm still piecing my way around how I want to play a hole.
Right. Right.
It's just habit at this point, right?
Right, but for the amateur, it's like, dude, just give me my driver. I'm just gonna rip it over there and just hope because it's not.
Okay, well then,
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's because
Yeah,
you're
but
not
okay,
playing.
but if you're
for
somebody that
a
does that-
tournament or something
that's
like that,
fine.
but if you are,
that's fine.
I
If
agree.
you're somebody that does that, and I ever see you slam your club,
Yeah,
or get
yeah,
pissed
yeah,
about
yeah,
it,
no, then
don't.
you're an
You gave
idiot.
yourself no fucking chance.
Yeah, right. I remember
Like,
I just
no
played the
chance.
other day. It was in the 18th hole, and I've been spraying my driver everywhere. And I was like, maybe if I just look at the ball for just like through impact, like let's just see what happens. Piped one right down the middle.
Okay,
And it's
but
like,
so that's-
you're talking about paying attention. It's like some days I'll play 18 holes and barely even know that I'm out there. You know what I mean? Just like
I mean,
super relaxed.
and that's
yeah.
that's also the yin and yang of golf. That's what
Right.
golf offers, but everybody that plays golf wants to be
Sometimes
great at it.
I
yeah,
know, I
take
know.
Well, that's
themselves
also
too
why
seriously.
that's why golf fucking
I-
sucks sometimes
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
because it seems so easy. We're watching people
Right.
do it. It seems so approachable. So like,
Sometimes
Yeah,
though, I
it's
feel like
not.
I've plateaued
It's
a little
There
bit.
are
not.
so
many
I've just-
levels to this game.
Oh yeah.
it's fucking nuts.
Well, then
It's the
somebody
hardest
tells you
game on the
something about
planet.
your swing, and you're like, dude, I don't even care about that.
But
So-
you found something, what you just said, you found something that for me, I would write down.
okay,
Been spraying it all over the place. On 18, I told myself, I'm going to look at the ball for
Right.
I mean, you said a couple seconds longer. You can't, in golf, you can't. You're moving
Right.
way too fast for that.
right?
That much longer.
No, 100%.
And you striped it.
And some days I'll go out and hit it really
I
well.
would
Just-
fucking wear that out. Wear
Yeah.
that out. 18, these guys, you got them one down, you got them one up, and they're chirping. You let them chirp, maybe you chirp back, and then right before you hit it, you commit, make up your mind. I'm
Right.
looking at this for a second longer, and I've seen the result. I believe it's going to come.
Yep.
Even if you hit it way left in the water, whatever. That's something to continuously do and find a way to build that. So where, let's say, I mean,
You're gonna be all right.
that's something you try to accrue.
your
So
fault,
like,
man.
hey, you're on
Appreciate
18
that.
and
No, and
whatever.
I'm with you. And I do have that self-belief. I think the other thing that makes me like not pay attention sometimes, if we're just going around hitting the ball, we're not gambling on anything, there's nothing on the line, I'll like
brutal.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I kind of just like fade away. And this was kind of like a match like that where it's just like this is
Sounds
fun
really
hanging out with everybody, but there's nothing that's like driving me to
Yeah,
focus.
give me some juice.
Right, exactly. Because I need that. And without that, I do like my mental tick right now is that I feel like almost my game is plateaued. Like some days I'll have really good days, but I'm kind of in this area where I haven't really seen the drop that I saw in like the early years of playing golf. And so that's almost what I'm searching for. Maybe it's just to keep the consistency
But your skill hasn't plateaued because you're still as active. You know what I mean? You're still
Yeah.
hitting the ball as far as you possibly can. You still
Right.
still possess the skill. I think what he's saying is that maybe
A little
what
bit
we're
more
all
focus
doing is
would
our
help all my
focus
scores
probably
drop.
plateaued. Like
And it
my
doesn't
focus
have
in
to
high
be
school
like-
golf was
Right.
fucking
No,
probably
no,
unreal.
this particular round I was talking at the top of my swing to my buddies and just like
that doesn't count.
right. Yeah,
But it
appreciate
also
that.
doesn't have to, like, people mistake that for like, oh, slow play. Like, I hate slow play, but like you just need to have a brief thought. Like there is somebody asked me, I can't remember where it was. I was somewhere today. What's the best feeling in golf? For me, and I think anybody that would answer it truthfully, it is thinking about what you want a golf ball to do, visualizing what you want that golf ball to do, then stepping in there and executing it exactly how you thought it and visualized it. Yep. There's no better feeling in the world.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I mean,
just,
I think
just
I remember,
take 5 seconds to think about how you want to hit this shot, and then take 5 after to garner some feedback from it. Okay, I tried to hit a low draw there. I pulled it and it overdrew. Now you may need some professional assistance to, at some point, if that's something that continuously comes up, but at least you can go to somebody like, hey man, will you take a look at my swing or give me a quick walk by lesson? Like, I'm pulling all of my draws. I need to start my draws right. Like most of the PGA pros or, people that look at it, like, they don't get that shit. They will love you. It's like, oh yeah, I mean,
Totally.
I've gotten some feedback here.
Yeah.
Oh, like you guys do this show and listen to comment and, all this stuff. Listen, what do people want? New topics. Like, you're listening to feedback. You're not going to be
Don't want
any
me to
good.
stop talking so much.
You're not going to be any
Cutting
good.
people off like I just did with you.
That's fine. I mean, I've cut you guys off, each and every one of you off today too.
Yeah. No,
But
I'm
no,
saying that's the feedback. I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, we
Yeah.
do see a lot of that stuff, and yeah.
I'm not any good at golf if I don't take my own feedback.
You have to, yeah.
Right.
It's
You
the
have
same
to.
thing.
It is true though about that point that you made of like, if you think of a shot, visualize and hit it. Like, I remember
nothing
those
better.
shorts on like shots on a short list of like, holy hell, I just did that.
Yeah.
And it is
Nothing.
some of
better.
the best feeling in
Dude,
the
and
planet.
Maria Fassi was telling, I asked her how she was visualizing the putt or how she was reading the putt, and she was walking from the ball down to the hole and kind of looking down at everything, and she goes, I watched the ball in my head go into the hole.
Yeah, I do
and
the
then
same thing.
It felt like a Pixar movie where she was walking by like the future ball that was going to be rolling there. It was like mind-blowing because I could see a ball rolling as she was doing it.
So
It was nuts.
That gets into this, like, you can see when I'm really good at it, I truly believe that you can almost see what my mind is thinking, right? Like,
I could see it. Yeah.
that same thing. Like, she was walking you through how she holds a putt, how she sees a ball roll, how she's, and like, you can then also, so you have that ability, like, give it a try.
Well, I need to see a psychiatrist.
Okay, well, that you can see them, but they're not going to help you play good golf.
See, we were thinking about that. Do you think like a sports psychiatrist would help me? I mean, you're
It might
helping
just
me
make
right
you
now.
a more sane person.
Well, that's true. That's true.
True.
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
you're essentially walking me through my first
Sure.
meeting or
Yeah.
my first diagnosis. This is eye-opening to
Yeah.
me that all it really does take is a little bit of focus, and you build off of that. I mean, we have zero focus.
But you have to know that
I
a
know.
little bit before this.
We don't know
podcast,
that,
you-
though.
There's got to be like a thought or two in your brain.
It
before you
is
hit
definitely a
golf ball.
thought like, hey, I have a 7-iron. I can hit a 7-iron 165 yards, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Like,
Yeah.
that's my thought. But I'm not thinking
Okay,
like,
no. So that's fine. See how you do. Now, you gave yourself one measurement. Did you hit it 165 yards? If you had 165, did it come up hole high?
right.
Okay. No, it came up 4 yards short, but you hit a good shot. What do you do the next time?
Do I take a 6?
Or now experiment with, in theory, draws will go a little further, or maybe bounce up
Right.
to 165.
Right.
Next time that comes around, all right, I'm going to draw this one in there next time.
Okay.
If that comes up short, take a 6-iron, right? Like, if you're not that specific, there's something, if you tell yourself to just do one thing, you can still measure whether or not you were any good at it and gain feedback from it, right? Like,
And I think amateur golf, like for us,
Everybody
I'm not
just swings,
remembering
I
that
know,
shit, dude.
I know.
Like,
don't stop just
sure, I'm
swinging.
thinking, oh, I came up short with the 7-iron last time, and like we've all done this. Like, let me give it a little bit more this time. You're not actually trying to make. I'm not I'm never problem solving on the
And what
golf
we
course.
do is we step up, we look and aim pretty much straight, and then we just swing.
Yeah.
Like, we're not thinking shot shape very often. We're not thinking like,
I'm the worst wedge player on the planet, and I keep hitting wedges.
Well, so you
That right there
That's-
that just shows you how fucking stupid I am.
psychiatrist about that.
Like, I refuse to learn a different shot. I clearly can't hit a wedge
Did
off of a
TaylorMade
tight
give
line.
you a 5-wood or a hybrid?
Yeah,
or-
they've given me all of it. They've even told me to stop hitting it. They're like, here's this new MG3. Don't hit it.
So
Yeah.
it's awesome. You're gonna love
first
it.
hole,
Don't
I'll
hit
hit let's say it's a 365.
Dude, I've played with guys that have, I mean, golf's fucking hard. You're gonna
Tiger
have some
Woods went through
issues.
chip and yips.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for 5 years. Lay
I've
off
played
my
with some
fucking
guys
back.
that have struggled, and they just take their fucking hybrid out,
Dude, Kevin Kisner
and
told
they
us.
hit it to 2 feet. Like,
right.
it doesn't matter. Yeah, you can. Yes, I'm sure in your deep down in there, you would love to be like, bro, did you see that shot? I got up and down on 18, that little spinny, cutty wedge.
Oh, it's my dream.
Sure.
I did it to him at Bandon.
It's
Yeah,
the
he did.
same.
It hasn't
come out
It's
yet.
the same fucking result as if you put it up there to 2 feet and tap it in.
It's also
That was shocking.
it's a result. It was a what we're teasing right now was a shocking. Was it the 17th hole abandoned?
16th.
16th
Never
hole
before
abandoned.
Someone thought something was in the bag more than when you had that shot in front of you.
I had a nippy little wedge off a tight lie to the left of the fucking 16
And I was in
abandoned
tight.
with the ocean behind it, and he was in tight.
16 is the short one. Yeah.
He's about to just tap in for birdie. I had to make an up and down. I'll leave the video for the rest.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that.
I got a question though.
Did you
for
keep it out of the ocean?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, we're good.
So about putting.
Folks, Black Friday coming up. Black Friday through Cyber Monday is going to be huge on the Barstool Sports Store. Huge. We got a ton of new items coming. Barstool Golf, Foreplay. We got all kinds of new stuff
Me and
coming.
Frankie are wearing the hoodies right now.
Hard
Those
to,
are good ones.
if you're watching on YouTube, the ads go on YouTube, yeah? Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, it's hard to describe how comfortable this hoodie is. It's just,
Dude, it's
for
nice.
something about the colors makes it more comfortable. And this is a different type of brand we went with too than we usually do. It's just, they did it right. Oversized hoodie, Barstool Golf across the chest. You've got the new Barstool Golf logo with the T's underneath
It'll
it.
be with the cross tees.
And that is unreal.
This is not Unreal, but we have Unreal items coming. This is really comfy too. You want to hold this one?
Let me see this one.
You're going to love that thing.
I mean, is there ever a bad time to buy a fresh hoodie?
Wow.
No.
No.
It's
You can never
just-
have too many. I was looking at my
No.
closet the other day. I was like, I got a lot of hoodies.
You must have a ton.
I was like, yeah, I got a lot of hoodies.
Dude, this on
You
the
always-
tag just says Barstool Sports. I think we made our own hoodie.
Yeah, we did. We just make really cool hoodies and all kinds of stuff now that you can get by Friday. Point is Sezzle, all right? Sezzle is a buy now, pay later solution. Allows you to get what you want today while paying for it over time in 4 interest-free payments over 6 weeks. Now available at the Barstool Sports Store and more than 34,000 exciting stores in the United States of America and Canada. There's no hidden fees, no credit check if you pay on time with zero impact to your credit score. Sezzle is easy to use, offering instant approval decisions with no long forms to fill out. Just sign up and get an instant approval decision. No better time to sign up for Sezzle than this holiday season before you do all your shopping. Go to the Barstool Sports Store, shop now, pay later with Sezzle.
Because I struggle with putting. And actually, I have that same belief of like, yeah, I'll just kind of like,
Sure.
if it's over 10 feet, this would be fun to make. And I at least have a positive mindset.
Okay.
Where I struggle, because it's like the only final shot in golf is like a 5-footer and in.
Yeah.
Because that's the one where you should make it. Like you should complete the task at hand. And that changes my psyche, and I stink at making 5-footers. So I have to change that mindset. But I don't want to have the mindset of like, oh, this would be fun to make. Because it is.
Yeah.
Put it out there, make it.
I would love
Be
to
an
sit
athlete.
here and tell you like, wow, you don't expect to make it, all that shit. Like,
Right.
that's just bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
From 5 feet, I'm pissed if I fucking miss,
Right.
right? Like, most of the people that I play golf with that are not professional golfers will struggle to hold putts from, it's about 5 feet to 8, 9, 10, 12 feet. Because they do not hit it the appropriate speed. It's not too soft or too short, but in that area, let's call it 5 to 12 feet, you have to be exact or very close to exact on both read and speed. Like you cannot, from 3 feet, you're close enough to the hole. You can pull it and smash it and get it wrong and it still goes in.
Right.
From 5 feet, we're starting, 8 feet. Okay, I got to be a little bit more exact. Those are harder putts to make. And then, I think there's an argument to be like a 30-footer is sometimes easier to make than a 15-footer because like I can just see more of the environment. Like I can just kind of like see my ball roll longer. I would say work on speed and just like.
How about like a 4-footer though? What's your mindset on like, is it I'm going to make this, or what is your mindset going into like a 3.5, 4-footer?
I expect to make it, but there's not really a mindset. I just decide what I want to do.
Yep.
And I just walk in there and hit it.
Yeah.
Like okay, this, and it's kind of speed, right? Like if I hit this soft and it's breaking right to left, I could play it just outside the hole.
Yeah.
If I want to hit this firm, I could play it, right edge, right center.
Right.
and then just fucking decide and hit
Yeah,
it.
just do it.
Like I still, part of my routine, the finish is like, yeah, I'm going to make this, but I have a better chance of making it because I've already decided what I want to do. And there's times where you're going to get it wrong or you're going to hit a bad putt. And okay, well, it's not going to go in if you didn't hit a putt. Sometimes from 4 feet, in theory, that's kind of close enough where you can fuck it up and it still goes in. But I guess over time, I've just, and there's, I mean, a 6-footer for birdie is a lot different than a 6-footer for par.
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah.
Who
It's
made
like,
the rule on that?
I mean, I've hit 2 good shots into this par 4. I need to make this birdie.
Right.
And I try to catch myself every time. It's like, no, just decide on what you want to do and walk in there and do it.
Take the emotion out.
Let's
of it.
just see what happens. But it's fucking impossible.
Right.
I mean, it's impossible.
Can't do it.
So I don't know, come up with and it's not even really come up with a routine. Just make a decision. Like,
Yeah, I like that.
if I want to smash
Just
this
do
into the
you.
back of the hole, do it.
Right, just do you.
Yeah.
But
It's
just go commit
literally,
to doing
I
it.
equate it to shooting a free throw. I mean, I played some high school basketball. I was no good. But like,
Couldn't get that big body in the paint.
No, I set good screens
forward.
and I blocked.
I bet you had a nice screen. I bet you had a healthy
But everybody
screen.
got taller and faster.
Back
and
that
I
ass
had
up. No
chance.
one's fucking
Yeah.
stopping you.
Oh yeah,
Back it in, dish it out.
Little pick at
Great-
the point guard on top of the
great
cage.
post passer.
Yes.
Coach literally quote
The triangle.
Ryan Pfeiffer quote, "You are a great post passer."
Fuck yeah.
That's nice.
What was I? Fuck, what was I?
Oh, dude, you know
Putting
so
glass
much
through
about
it.
golf.
Yeah, let's go
Oh
eat
yeah,
that food.
Steph Curry.
Okay.
Cool.
Steph Curry.
Not nothing.
What do you
Good
think
player.
that guy shoots? What thinks about when he shoots a free throw?
I always think about that because it's so automatic for those
Yeah.
guys for the NBA.
He looks at the rim and fucking throws it.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think he's thinking exactly
Fuck
like the
no.
same?
No,
Really?
I bet he looks at the rim and throws it, and he just knows all those hours, all that time he spends warming up.
It's just gonna go
Everybody
in.
comes and watches the show before the game. He just knows all that shit I've done. I'll make
He's
this.
so good.
Well, he's
so good.
He's an example. Steph Curry might shoot free throws better than you putt.
Yeah, maybe.
You ever golf with
maybe.
him?
No, I've not. He plays golf pretty well too. And you know what? I'd be willing to bet that he putts the eyes out of it because I bet he looks at the hole and hits it. Just like be an athlete, right? Just react.
Roll it into the hole.
Just react. Now, the reaction's made easier with some practice and some decisions.
Right.
You're not going to react if you're stuck between two. Like, I could hit this soft. I could hit this hard. I yell at my pro-am guys. Like, if I'm reading putts, I'm going to tell you exactly how hard to hit it, too. Don't you dare give me shit if you blow this 6 feet by.
All right.
Yeah,
Some of them are like, well, it didn't break. Are you shitting me? The ball's still rolling. Like, of course it didn't break.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Oh my God!
It's a beautiful game.
You know so much about golf. It must be fucking maddening to be you, right? Where it doesn't always work all the time.
Yeah.
Like when you get to the level of a Harry Higgs, I can't imagine. It's so frustrating for us, and we go out on weekends and
I
play.
can't turn it off.
But like you know so
right.
much about the swing, how to read putts, how to make putts, how to fucking get the ball in the hole, and
how
then
to
like,
play really good
and then
golf, right? Like,
sometimes
you've
it just
done it.
doesn't work,
Yeah, I've
and then
done it.
you're just like, what the fuck? But every golfer, Tiger Woods probably sits there is like, what the fuck? I'm Tiger Woods. I can't fucking get the ball in the hole.
I think that's why he changed his swing.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
I
But
need
just
something
get
else.
crazy.
I need another.
I know.
Just
pursuit.
golf in
Not
general
good.
drives you
Right.
fucking
Not
nuts.
good.
Yeah.
Woo! I mean, Rory ripped his shirt in half the other day. Like
Yeah.
he's just like sometimes
I
you
saw it.
Anytime
just
you're exposing your nipples, it's
drives you
things went
crazy.
bad.
Yeah, at least I don't do that.
no.
Never.
We're talking about a better body, though. I mean,
Me, yeah.
Dude, you look fucking amazing though. From when we
Yeah,
first
you do.
started
Thank
this
you.
and like first met you, were like, oh man, Harry Higgs, the jolly
Yeah.
big fella. Now all of
I
a sudden
could do.
it's like,
I could do a little better. I was on a nice stretch before Kiowa.
dude, when we saw you Kiowa, I
Oh
mean,
my
you still
gosh.
look fucking fantastic,
Yeah.
but Kiowa was eye
I was
opening.
like not thin, but
Dude, you were thin.
You were
man.
thin.
I couldn't believe the video.
I did some intermittent fasting, so I just took off breakfast. No
This
booze.
guy listens to Joe Rogan.
No booze. No
kidding.
Joe Rogan.
No, Joe- no.
His podcasts are way too long.
4
although this
hours.
feels like it's going to be
Yeah.
6 hours.
I was gonna
It's gonna be a long one.
This is way more entertaining than Joe Rogan. Yeah.
He goes way too long. as
Oh,
he does
we
one.
all listened to a Joe Rogan episode, and then he stopped eating meals. That's the
I don't
only
eat
reason said
breakfast.
that. He doesn't. He
Yeah,
doesn't-
I did the intermittent fasting, and then I did no booze for a month,
huge.
which is, I mean, that's all that matters. And then just proteins, fats, and fibers. So, and not too many. Like, don't overload on chicken. Don't
Oh, boy.
healthy fats, avocado, olive oil. Just put that shit on everything. Fibers being a vegetable, which I am lucky. I actually like vegetables. Especially green vegetables.
I like steamed broccoli. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
Really.
Broccoli,
plain-ass broccoli,
asparagus,
still good.
Brussels
Asparagus
sprouts.
is a little weird because when you take
Makes
a
you
piss,
piss,
I
yep.
cannot contemplate
It's a
what's
little-
going on.
it's a
Whenever it
little
starts
weird,
messing around with the fluids coming out of you, it's weird.
It's a little weird.
Also,
How's
pineapple. Pineapple, just to bring that all back. That's a nice
figured
little
we
thing.
would get there when we were talking.
Well,
about
I was
pineapple.
gonna, and then I looked around the room. I said, I don't know if it's the time and the
You know
place.
what's a sneaky good one? An artichoke. You guys
Love
ever-
artichokes.
Oh,
Love artichokes.
Stuffed
Same.
artichokes.
Love
Start
artichokes.
making those things nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty.
I had some really good fried artichokes, which are
See,
not
that,
healthy.
that's what I
I've
like.
never
I like
even-
when we start.
I haven't done that.
when we start
Crab
fucking
patties
around
in
with the
Sea Island.
vegetables. We do these. What do? We do these fried zucchini strips
Yeah,
at
those are nice.
Borelli's, and it's
So it's
just.
like a French
zucchini's
fry.
What are we
nice.
doing here? It's a French fry.
Just frying stuff.
You dip
You're
it
frying
in
everything.
Yeah, you dip it in the sauce
That's why
there.
it's a world class establishment.
Thank
you got to
very
try.
much.
You got to try all
Appreciate
this
it.
stuff
Yep,
out.
That's right. I love it.
Best part about all this bullshit is I just told him last night I just pounded a bunch of Taco Bell on my way
Yeah.
to the hotel.
Yeah.
Also,
I
to
ordered
tell you, a
some-
guy like
I ordered some
to show
chicken
you
wings,
who
too.
Harry Higgs is, we were supposed to have like 15 to like 20 minutes with him tonight.
Been like an
I
hour and
mean,
a
I'll figure something else out.
Yeah. How much?
91.
91
Holy
minutes.
shit.
Hour and a
This
half.
is very on brand for me, but this has certainly been one of the more enjoyable. Like it's cool to when I start talking, you guys all like perk up and listen.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's just kind of cool. Sometimes you just get the question, and it's just like, all right, well, do I want to give this guy the goods or do I want to just give him the runaround? And-
We're obsessed with this shit, man.
yeah, no, I know it's awesome.
we're trying to
s-
learn from you
It's
too.
awesome.
Like,
Yeah, no, it's
right.
cool, right? Like I'm trying to dumb it down as best as I can, not because of who you guys are, but because of me. Like I can talk about this shit all day. I can talk in circles about this stuff.
Right.
I confuse myself sometimes.
Right.
I remember, so I have had one lesson in my life, but I was on the range and I was playing with a couple guys who were really good. And he saw me and I think I was like tugging or he's like, oh, you just got to strengthen your grip. So I literally just gripped the thing tighter.
Yeah.
And I thought that was it. And he was
Like
like,
as
no,
hard as you can
turn it
hold the
this
club.
way. So that's the level you're talking to in terms of
Well,
what we
I
know
mean,
about the swing.
No, that's a thing. I was struggling Thursday at Sea Island, missing everything short and right, weak and right. And yes, there is a way to like fix it more dynamically, but in the middle of a golf tournament, it's probably not going to work. So I did. I strengthened my grip, and for 9 holes, I played great. And then Al didn't tell me there was out of bounds, and
We're past it though. We're past that, right?
We're
That's
over.
not,
I
that's
still-
not
I love
fresh.
you, Al. I still
yeah,
love
love you,
Fifth
Al.
reference in this
Fucking
show.
Al, be better.
Well,
I wanna give Al a hug.
Yeah, I mean,
Al needs it. I thought I'd be easier to work for, and I'm not.
That's hilarious.
turns out not easy.
Not easy.
Body size, is he big?
He's smaller.
Oh,
he got
boy.
my upside,
That's
yeah.
tough.
Smaller, but I can say with certainty he is smarter.
Okay.
Oh,
So
must be very intelligent because you're a smart guy.
I have my moments.
It's big of you to say too
my
after he missed that out of bounds call. You know what I mean? So
But boy, that read, the balls on him for the read at the PGA.
Crazy.
that's also
I'm
awesome
not
that you
playing the
went with it
Masters.
too. It's like that's the biggest
Yeah.
putt of your life, I assume.
Well, and I was like, fuck, I preach all the time. Like, just make a fucking decision.
Right.
Let's just decide.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I'll go with him just in case he's wrong.
That's sick. Oh, you're
Who's
a sick
that bitch,
man? Oh, you are a sick man. I ruined everything I said. You are a sick and twisted man.
But I made it.
You did make-
Going to Augusta, baby.
Yeah, but it's all good. He was right. I made it cool. If he
No,
was
I
wrong,
wanted to kiss him. It was like, in that moment, it was like, wow,
Yeah.
dude. Like, that was his evolution because he'd been just over a year. It's like, holy shit, I could not, like, if it was me and I would have clammed up. If I had asked him that, if the roles were reversed, no chance I say that.
have the stones to say
Just
that
be
in the
like,
moment of like,
keep
no,
the speed
other
up.
side.
Yeah, keep it's like,
Other
no,
side, different
no.
break. That's
Right
big
edge.
call.
And there was no little gulp in his throat. Like he said it with fucking
No,
With
and he has some gulp when I hit him offline. Fore gets him. He gets voice cracks on Fore all the time. It's fucking hilarious.
Really?
I sometimes want to just hit it offline just so he yells. No, bro. He manned up. and
Awesome.
told
That's
me
big.
good shit.
right edge, firm, in the hole.
Because you were scrambling, you said that
Augusta.
whole way in.
Yeah, I missed. I hit the 10th green and I missed every green.
That
after
course
that.
is so hard. It's like,
so hard, but it was.
and the finish,
You
does
could
the
get
18th
it.
play as a par 4 for you
Yes.
guys? That's
I don't know
mammoth.
what that whole. I mean, it's
It's mammoth.
yeah.
That's a 5. That's a 6.
We get so lucky, and it throughout the year, especially there, that people like to show up and watch golf tournaments because they put those fucking grandstands all the way up the left side of the hole.
Yeah.
So it's like all right, I don't even really have to try to hit this fairway. I'm just going to hit as hard as I can.
That's what Phil
as
did,
far
right?
left as I can. Yell
these
Fore.
people,
Hit
bounce
these
back
people.
in.
I did it on Friday, and all these people are up there like, yo, hey, man, it bounced back. It bounced back. It's good. It's good now. It's like, no, I don't fucking want it to bounce back. I want to go up there, bring it back down, and drop it in this area where you guys have walked. It bounced back into 6-inch rough. Like, that shit ain't good, man.
Take it out
Trying
of
to
your
get that
pocket.
free
That's another
drop.
thing. Like,
Right.
how's this clown not know this? You know, like, clearly we're all just hitting it up at him. Like, we wanted to stay up there. What an idiot.
Why is he teeing it up right at us? What is going on?
It was
The
guys like,
hole's
here
that
comes
way.
another one.
immediate whack. 4.
Al, you clear those pipes yet? We're about to launch one into
I took, if it's
intentional.
not accidental, I clear my
Yeah,
pipes and I'm
yeah,
ready to
I'm
let
ready to
that
go
thing
here. Here we go.
rip. 4.
Amazing.
Oh shit! That's
Absolutely
good stuff.
amazing. Well, we appreciate it. We really do.
We gotta eat some meat or something.
We're all
I need
hungry, I
some
think.
meat.
Happy Thanksgiving
the
to everybody
time.
listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
This is great.
god!
It's our last show
Have some
before
fun.
Thanksgiving.
Wait a minute. When are we starting Christmas season?
Friday. During
Friday?
Black Friday.
Holy shit. We
Huge
said we were
day.
going to be huge Christmas guys this year. I just want to get into the
What's
season.
what
I don't know what it
defines a huge
consists
Christmas
of.
guy?
I don't know what it consists of. I just know that I'm going to take the season in. I feel like the season sometimes comes and goes with me.
I'm going to really decorate my apartment,
yeah.
even in Arizona. Like, I don't usually do that. Maybe
I'm
I
going to
throw
watch
up
all the
one
movies.
Bullshit thing. Same.
Favorite
Harry-
Christmas movie?
We don't have time to go into that.
Christmas Vacation, quickly.
Christmas Vacation, yes. If I want to get into the Christmas spirit,
Elf.
Fix the
Elf.
Google post.
Home
Elf's a
Alone.
good one. I'm a big
probably,
Elf guy.
Probably Home Alone for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a
I'm
good
on the
one.
Home
I'm a
Alone
Home
train.
Alone.
Yeah.
They tried to remake it and it was trash.
Did they really?
Yeah,
Glad I
it
didn't
sucks to
see
say
that.
it's trash because it's made for kids. Like you want to not like say
Yeah.
that because like kids
it's
should
bad.
try and enjoy it. It's really bad.
One of the best lines, though. Little full, a lot of sap. I mean, one of the all-time lines. That's the strange thing about it. Little full, a lot of sap.
Oh god, that's good stuff.
All right, we'll be back next Tuesday. Everybody have a great holiday weekend. What?
He's just
Now you're just doing off?
No, the other one that is another Christmas movie, but is an all-time golf line, too. After you make like a 20, you just say, wow, what a hole. I mean, it's just two good ones.
I like that one a lot when you arrive at a reveal on a hole.
That's good. But after you
Yeah.
get 7, you're walking off. It's a good way to digest it.
Yeah.
Just be like,
Yeah. Maybe I should have done that right before that guy asked me about pineapple on my pizza.
yeah.
And I wouldn't have been like,
You would have been.
I don't know, bro. Like, I think that's what I said. I don't know.
We learned.
I looked at him
How to
and I
know?
wanted to be like, who fucking cares, man? If you like pineapple on your pizza, order pineapple on your pizza.
Make a decision.
Yeah,
We've learned
make
a lot of
goddamn
things on
decision.
this pod, and I want to thank you for stopping by and
Seriously.
staying here for
Anytime, boys.
fucking
That was enjoyable.
110 minutes. But the best thing that we learned on this podcast was that I'm gonna forever say, "You guys want this stock or you want it nasty?" That's
baby.
a guarantee.
all-time story.
Am I gonna start
I
saying
forgot I
that?
even said that.
I'm gonna start saying that every time I step up to the tee. That was an hour and a half ago.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you to Harry Higgs. Hit it hard.
Cheers, boys.
Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Thank you.
hit it hard.
Hit it harder.
Do it nasty.
Hit it nasty.